Hi, friends. Happy Wednesday. It is time for the weekly live. I am going to be building out some Fortnite fun. So today we are going to start on. We probably won't get through the whole thing, but start on the Rave Cave. I'm really, really looking forward to this one. It is how many parts? 1,963 pieces. So this is a big, big set. And let me grab scissors to open this. Actually, maybe I can do it with the brick separator. Where did I put that? Here we go. But yeah, how are y'all today? What's new in your world? What's going on this week? Happy Pride. I think this is the first of the regular weekly live streams where it's Pride Month already. Here, I'll be right back with scissors. But yeah, things here are good. We've been having a lot of fun getting ready for a work trip to New York. Looking forward to that opportunity for him. I'll be staying back with Miss Penny. So that'll be good too, though. And definitely looking forward to that opportunity, though, from a professional standpoint for him. Looking forward to some fun Pride Month activities in Austin. Oh, shoot. Just a moment. There we go. There we go. So I'll get these open first, and then I'll continue chatting. All right. There and there we go. Okay. Anyway, in Austin, Pride Month, while it is in June, there's a lot more activity that happens during the month of August. So we'll have more stuff happening later. I see a question in the chat. Does it offer any Fortnite items? It does. So let me show you here. So you can see it says bonus Fortnite in-game outfit with Lego style. And so the in-game outfit is a part of this one. Some of the other sets, they have like in-game materials that you can build in the Lego specific Fortnite stuff. But with this one, it's actually an outfit that can be played in the Battle Royale. So let's see. Let me count the bags as well and get a sense of that. Also, we are getting a lot of roller coaster tracks, but it's in that new purple color. So I'm really excited to have that. That's going to be a little bit different too. And some vibrant colors, of course, within the set too. Every time I drop into Battle Royale, I feel like I always aim for the theme park area. I just think it's a lot of fun. And I like to ride the rails and try to capture all the different materials as I'm going through, all the different weapons and such. So I was very excited to see that this was actually going to be a set, which I didn't know was called the Rave Cave. I guess you kind of learn that lingo over time, but I wonder if that's like a known thing or if that's just what Fortnite calls it, but not necessarily what everybody calls it typically. So it's really awesome. I was hoping it would include the roller coaster. Yes, I'm super excited about that. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, so many bags. All right, it looks like there's 13 bags total. Is that right? Yes, 13 bags total. So yeah, and then more coaster tracks, so different shapes in the coaster track as well. Ooh, and we're getting a very large printed part. So that's fun to show you. Come on. There we go. So we'll open this in a minute, but really nice printed part there too. So hi, Maya. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Let's see. Just getting the bag open. I probably should have done this beforehand. But yeah, there are 13 bags total. So it's a large set, almost 2,000 parts. So I'm going to organize these real quick. So moving down. So yeah, the question earlier, or that someone asked just as we started, was what items come with this in the game. And it comes with a Cuddle Team Leader suit that you can use in Battle Royale as well as in the LEGO version, which is a lot of fun. I love when you get something that works in both environments because I do play both versions of the game. And yeah, after I'm done kind of building this one out, I'll probably download the suit pretty quickly, and then I'll share some content about what that suit looks like in the game. So in case people hadn't seen it before. So, all right, we have those bags done, organized. And it's one giant instruction book and some stickers. So I know that we've got people who hate stickers. I don't mind them so much as long as you put them on correctly, but also you can reposition them if they're not exactly the way they're supposed to be. But look at these. Let's see. Is that all the, yeah. So these are all the stickers, which it's actually quite a few. Huge sticker sheet. I love the eyeballs in particular down here. And those are going to be on the large Cuddle Team Leader like head that's in the background of the Rave Cave. And lots of really fun type graffiti setups as well, which is great to represent a lot of gameplay that you have in Battle Royale too. So that's pretty cool. It looks like we're getting a ton of these stickers as well that are just different tags for different characters. And I'm guessing those are directly from the game, maybe Lego-fied a little bit, but actually it might be directly from the game, which is a lot of fun. So I'm glad that we get those. I'm curious. It looks like they're all numbered, so I'm guessing that they're meant to be put in specific spots. But I like when you can just kind of free build with that as well. So for those wondering, in terms of the download, on the front of the cover under my thumb is a QR code, and you can use that QR code to scan to get your points, but that's also how you download the in-game stuff for Fortnite. It only works once, so I'm covering up mine just to use later, and I'll show you kind of a walkthrough of what that looks like as well. So it says redeem your in-game points, and yeah, it's specifically for the in-game character. So let's get to building. Let's see. Maya, do you play? Are you much of a gamer at all? And anybody else on the feed too? Is anybody else a gamer? I know we have Hector who's really excited about this. And there were a few people actually who said that they were going to be really excited about this set in particular. So I know we've got some Fortnite fans that are joining us. But yeah, curious on if anybody else plays, and if so, what environments do you play in Fortnite? I really only do the two, the Battle Royale and the Lego version. I've tried a couple of the other ones, one that's basically like Rock Band, which is fun, but I feel like it'd be more fun with a group, and I usually play solo, so yeah, I think that'd be a little different. Hello, Hector. How's it going? You had said you're really excited about this set, right? I say I think that's true, which wouldn't surprise me. All right, we start with Cuddle Team Leader, which is fun because we get Cuddle Team Leader in the Battle Bus set, but I don't have that one. So this is a nice way for me to get this minifigure. And there's quite a few minifigures on this set too. So she's got hair that you can swap out if you want to have hair for the minifigure. But that's what she looks like right now with the hair. I love the printing. I think they did a good job. It's the front and back torso and then the front of the legs. And then she just has one, or no, she has two face prints. So there's this smiley face, and then there's this one as well. And then we have the Cuddle Team hat. So this is a fantastic mold. There's a lot of little detail in there in terms of like little bits of hair and stuff that you can see. So it's not completely smooth and rounded, but it has those little tufts of hair. And I think that's so perfect. So pretty cool. So we're going to keep her in the hat, I think. And I'll set the minifig hair aside because, of course, if I'm going to display this figure, it's going to be with the Cuddle Team Leader hat on. So I'm excited to incorporate some Fortnite stuff into our Wonder Village this year. So I've been kind of thinking through like what I'd want to include. and incorporate, but definitely looking forward to some fun ideas that I have for that. So that'll be fun. You can't really see, I was going to tilt the camera, but the camera's over there. But right above me is where I have all my gaming sets, and I've got the Fortnite ones in the middle and then the Pokemon ones beside it. And then right behind me, you can see right there, this row is my Mario and Nintendo sets. So I've got a few more to add to that. I've got the Deku tree that I need to build. And I'm going to be building that with a friend's son who's really excited about the set. So that'll be fun. So let's see. Maya said, oh, hi, Sean. Supply Drop looks amazing. Good minifigs and sets all around. I think it's a well-rounded theme with sets at every price point. Agreed. And I have the Supply Drop. It's up there. I'll actually bring it down and show you in a second. Maya says, I play some games, not Fortnite, but I have enjoyed adventure or relaxing games. That's typically what I aim for too. But once I got into Fortnite, it was like, oh, the Lego version is kind of relaxing, cozy style of gaming, but also a little bit of adventure. And so you're completing tasks and moving along, but it's pretty cozy and relaxed too. And it's kind of a blend between Animal Crossing and Zelda, maybe. Probably more like Zelda, actually. And then the Battle Royale, I just enjoy because it can be like a relatively short-lived, like you jump in, you play, you defeat people, you get defeated, and then it's over. So it can be like a 10-minute round or whatever. So Stardew Valley on Steam, nice. The Lego versions, of course, Jurassic Park, Lord of the Rings, fun. I didn't know there was a Lord of the Rings Lego game. That's cool. Played a lot of Pokemon and Zelda, fun. Battle Bus is a really fun set to build. That's one that I was debating getting. Hi, Brandon at Universal, yay! Ooh, past member takeover, that's fun. Roller Coaster set and Supply Drop you're interested in getting. Pokemon Winter Village, now that could be a lot of fun too. We'll see, it depends on which of the sets I end up getting. So, but I do have some Fortnite pieces that are probably gonna make their way into our Winter Village. So, here are the two new sets from Fortnite that I've already built. I'll show you those first before we dive into building this one. Excuse me in my like super comfy shorts. So you probably saw that I did the Tomatohead video. This is so cute. In the inside, there's a little scene that has the actual pizza shop where he's the mascot, which is fun. And I love that we get that rounded ball that has the print of him on there, and that this opens to hide that. The back side in my video, I was showing how they're using a really cool technique where they use clips and bars to do the reverse stud building. So really awesome technique. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a YouTube short and it's an Instagram reel that talks about how to flip studs and how that's a really cool process for that. And then here, this one is so cool. I was very, very impressed. It also comes with two great figs. So I'll zoom in close so you can see the figs first. I love this gingerbread fighter. And then we've got the fish. I think it's a person in a fishbowl. I actually don't know that character. And then we also get this one as well, which he's in my Lego village. The angle of everything is really fun. I'm loving this like little it's not an explosion. It's like in the game when these drop, you see like the blue smoke, I guess, or billows of smoke. So that I thought was a really great way to recreate all of that and to make it three-dimensional with those rounded pieces. And then the build of the box itself, it's actually pretty cool. So I liked the details that they have on the sides where you see that like diagonal line. And then inside there are some goodies that you can tap out to. So I'm going to put that, oops, there go the figs. I'm going to put that, you know what? I'm going to put it right here on this Lego piece of paper, or I'll move my Lego piece of paper out of the way. Just put that there. I should have just had them there in the first place, right? And then I need a place to put my pencil, my Lego pencil and paper. Let's see, we'll put it here. And we'll move over Tomatohead as well. And he is on some popsicles. Lego popsicles. All right, I've been in the process of cleaning and getting back in this room, which is a lot of fun. I'm glad to finally be back in this room. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a mess for a little bit too long. So I'm very thankful that I'm getting closer to being fully back in here to be able to do, like, I guess I am with the streaming and stuff, which is good. But we still have some tables out in the rest of the house that are covered in Lego as we navigate kind of cleaning up the space and getting it all back to normal and back to usable again. So, yeah. What else do we have in the chat? Let's see. I just got mine. The Hollowware had Kickstarter, more Metroid, Castlevania, and Zelda game. Fun. Oh, this is weird. Needs an organic base, right? Agreed. Yes, that's one way to improve upon it for sure. For those not in the know, that's our theme for our build challenge for this month. So building an organic base, and specifically doing so with sideways build techniques. And so there's lots of different ways to accomplish that task. And there are some fantastic builders who've done such a great job with that. Actually, Maya is one of them who does a really great job with landscaping and such. Sean as well, Alfonso Suit Person, has some really great kind of studs up versions of organic bases that create a really cool pathway through this gingerbread area that he's made. So you can see lots of really fun examples there. For this month, we're doing the sideways build techniques. And so that way it has like smooth elements to it with just occasional studs here and there. And then also you're just kind of exploring building in a different style potentially than you normally do. And that's the whole point of our build challenges, is get you to try something a little bit different. So, so yeah, actually speaking of organic bases, I want to say in one of our Lego Masters episodes, that was something that Maya and Jamie did in the head-to-head battle a little bit. So we'll be talking about that for week 5. In the live streams, and that our guests will be Maya and Jamie, which I'm super excited about because we went head to head against them. So it'll be fun to revisit that episode in particular, and also just to chat with them. I actually haven't seen Jamie since we filmed in person, and we've chatted, I want to say once or twice on some of our like group live stream chats, but it's been a while. So looking forward to that because most of our chats have been through Instagram and sometimes YouTube. So yeah, let's see. Yay, yes, can't wait for our live stream either. Really excited about it. Hi, Paul. Happy Pride. You've never played Fortnite, but gave your partner the Durr Burger as a gift because it looked so wacky. What about sets based on board games like Clue with minifigs? Yes, I would love that. We actually had a friend. Actually, I've seen 2 friends over the course of going to different brick rodeos over the years who put together Clue games, and it's fun to see how different builders kind of tackle that same challenge and design them, which is a lot of fun. So but I would love to see more board game sets. I actually have, when I was cleaning up a little bit, I have my mini version of Monopoly, which it's over there. And one of the daily build challenges back in 2023 was to create a board game. And with those, each day I would build for anywhere between 30 minutes and 2 hours on a build. I never wanted to exceed 2 hours because it was like, this is every single day having to build something. But that one I remember putting some time into because I really enjoyed it and had a lot of fun with it. So it's not playable. It's smaller than Well, it's maybe, well, actually, it might be playable, except for not having the cards and all that jazz. So kind of important pieces, I suppose, to have in order to play it. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun. So the Durr Burger is really funny and weird and silly. That's actually the first Fortnite set that I've built. And I won that at a Lego convention at Brick Slopes last year, actually, or maybe it was 2 years ago. Can't remember when, but I actually won something else, and the person behind me got that one, and he didn't want it at all. And I thought it looked like a cute sculpted build. It was before I was playing Fortnite, or maybe early into playing Fortnite. But actually, no, I'd already started playing Lego Fortnite, but I hadn't encountered the Durr Burger because I hadn't encountered it in the Lego version yet. And so I swapped with him so that I could have the little sculpted build. I thought it was cute. It's up there on the shelf somewhere. And yeah, that was the beginning of the Fortnite sets for me, I think. I might have had some of the briquettes already. I can't remember. So, but yeah, I built that one, and then my next one was the huge mech from last year, which was so cool. And before building that one, that's when I started to play the other version of the game, just to get a sense of like, what is this all about? And then got too hooked. All right, we're actually using that printed part that I saw in the bags, so let's get that one out. Let's see. Now stress testing and getting things set up so people can press the remote and trigger him. That is so fun. So Sean is talking about, how to clean up after anger. The final track was like iteration 45 of tweaking, trying two motors, various gearing and frames to get it working well for convention. So what Sean is talking about, so Sean is Alphonse suits. Oh my gosh, Alphonse suit person. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I know you've explained to me before what it is, and I already forgot. But it is a fun reference to something. But that's Sean, who I'm talking about. He built a really cool, giant version of Inside Out's anger, and it moves back and forth, which is really, really fun. So yeah, excited that you will be showing that and displaying that at Chicago. I wish we were going. I'm bummed that we're not, but I have a lot of friends who are going, and I know y'all are going to have a really good time. And y'all should say hello to each other and meet each other if you go and haven't met the others in the chat. So, have you played Flamecraft by chance? Good, fun worker placement board game. I have not. Tell us a little bit more about it. Alphonse is easier than the full name. And Full Metal Alchemist. Thank you. It's from Full Metal Alchemist. Gotcha. Thank you for that reminder. And I'll go with Alphonse from now on. It's kind of like the Fonz, which is where my mind goes, which obviously is a different reference, and maybe one that ages me a little bit. Except I would say that, well, this is also aging me, but that to me is like Nick at Night. Oh, wow. Yes, that's definitely aging me. Have fun. All right. This is cool. I do like this printed part. And would be nice to have, or there's, I don't know, I'm curious on like what other uses I would have for this. So that's pretty cool though. All right, now we're building some furniture, it looks like. So yeah, tell me about Flamecraft. I haven't heard of that game. So I get random Google, like, when you open Google and it has recommended stories for you on your phone, at least that's how it is on mine. I get ones from gaming websites now all the time. And a lot of times it's like, this brand new game is now free from 2025. You'll never guess what it is. They're always like clickbaity, and I still click on them. And usually it's like something very obscure that I've never heard of. But that's how I often find out about games that are smaller and that like others tell me about, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually have heard of that one. But Flamecraft is not ringing a bell. So you place dragons around shops in town to get food that can be used for various quests. Fun about just little dragons helping out with quests, and you're upgrading shops and the like. It came out in 2022. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. I actually really like that idea. I right now am playing, kind of bouncing between 4 different games. I've got Animal Crossing, which is a staple for me. I love it, and I can hop in there any day and just spend a lot of time on my island and really enjoy that. So that's a lot of fun. And then I have Mario Galaxy, and I'm working my way through that one. I'm probably a third of the way through at this point. I got it for Christmas from Philip. And actually the year before I got Animal Crossing from Philip and my Switch. All right, first sticker. And then here we go. I got Zelda, which has been a lot of fun. And I'm really enjoying that. I'm probably a third to half. I'm probably halfway through that game at this point, but really enjoying it. And it's the Link's Awakening one. It's got really cute graphics. All right. Oh, fun. This is one of the vending machines. So in Fortnite, there are vending machines where you can get health-related items. Excuse me. Health-related items or weapons. Um, and so, yeah, they're like randomly throughout the game as you're running through. There are always a few in this area of the game where you're running into all of the roller coasters and fun rides and things. Also, fun side note is with the new release of the Friends sets includes a lot of amusement park rides. I'm guessing that the YouTube series currently has a lot of. My goodness, sorry about that. I'm guessing the YouTube series has them going to a fairground because it seems like they're all coming out around the same time. But I love that they came out at this same time because you could build a really interesting and weird mix of themes into a theme park if you wanted to get multiple sets. So they have a Ferris wheel, they have like a teacup type thing. There's this one with the roller coaster, of course. So it'd be kind of fun to see if someone got all of those sets and combined them into a massive fairground scene. Um, all right. Yay, the sticker placement is going okay today. uh, okay. All right, we've got our vending machine. So here we go. It's cute. I like the screen on the front with the loot llama type symbol. We've got these stickers on the side that are kind of like tags that someone tagged the machine with. And then we have the buttons here. Those are the 3 stickers. But it's a nice little build. And we'll toss that in here on the corner. Okay. I'm also wondering if we'll get a sign. Like there's map type signs as you're going through the game, and if you interact with them, sometimes they give you quests to do, and sometimes a quest is things like it'll drop a balloon and you have to run and get it before other people do, or other battle type quests and things. So I was hoping that we would get some of that in here, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. So some more little bins and things. In the game too, you can destroy everything, every single piece of property. And so I actually really enjoy doing that sometimes. Occasionally there's I guess it's like getting out all of my rage and anger through this game, which is funny. But there's sometimes a reward for like if you every wall you destroy, you get gold. um, and then you can run to the vending machine and get more weapons. So it's such a violent game. It's so funny to me that I really enjoy it now because I didn't think I would ever get into it. So part of it too is like all the pop culture references and tie-ins are really a big pull for me. It's very tempting to play enough so that you can earn enough points to download different things and such. And I don't want to do that all the time. They hook me pretty easily. So, okay, this is an interesting table. I love this because we could use this in different ways, but it's basically a bullseye. So let me get the sticker on. I'll show you. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like a dartboard. And I know there's a Lego dartboard that exists. So there is a real one that's a printed part. But I like that this one's a little bit bigger, uh, given that it's on that kind of rounded piece. So yeah, so we're building kind of a little scene that's going to be on the inside here too. So let's see here. What else do we have in the chat? The other I adore is Brass, another worker placement where you build factories and rail lines to earn points. But Flamecraft and Brass are both in-person board games. Oh, cool. Oh, I like that. I love physical board games. Philip and I don't play as often as I'd like, but it's something where I grew up with a family that was what we did all the time was board games and card games. And so I could play for days and days and days and not be bored. For Philip, he will play for one game and then be done, which is fine. But yes, I need to I really enjoy finding other friends to do board game nights and that kind of stuff too. So, um, Popular enough that Dragon's Lair or Emerald Tavern are likely to have them in their rental libraries. Nice, good stuff. I'll have to check them out. So, are you familiar with those two, or did you look those up because you know I'm in Austin? Because they're both in Austin, and I know Dragon's Lair has other locations, but I think they're only in Texas, and just in a few cities. And I don't know about Emerald Tavern. So, is that the sticker sheet for it? Yes, this is the massive, massive sticker sheet. And I've already put on 4 stickers. So many in here already. So quite a few. I'm sure there will be complaints, because as you know, there are people in the world that like to complain all the time about everything. I honestly really enjoy stickers because I think they make a big difference in the finished look of a set. There's oftentimes that I'm reviewing a set where I won't put the stickers on, or in the past where I wouldn't put the stickers on because I thought, well, I might reuse these pieces later. But then when you look at the finished product, it's like missing something. And I learned that you can remove stickers pretty easily. And so once I learned that, I stopped hesitating to put stickers on, unless I know for sure there's like another use of the sticker that I'm going to use it for. So for instance, I am currently building in the other room one of the new Disney princess sets. It is Rapunzel's castle. I thought it was going to be Rapunzel's tower, and I was a little disappointed that it's her castle because I think her tower would be a little bit more fun. But there are stickers of the lanterns, and I'm planning on, instead of sticking them on the wall like they want you to, I'm planning on incorporating them in a way to have more floating lanterns as well. So. But yes, I actually really like stickers. I think they're a good use of, they're a good way to add detail and dimension to a set. I also, in my past, wanted to be a graphic designer. And so I love that LEGO hires graphic designers for that, and really enjoyed talking with the graphic designers at Fan Media Days. It was just fascinating to learn more about kind of their jobs and such. So, all right. So we have this whole section, and we also have this random poop, which could be an ice cream. I don't think it is, though, since it's just on the ground by itself, and there's no ice cream cone to go with it. I don't remember ever finding poop in the game. So correct me if I'm wrong, for those of you that play it frequently too. Is that something that you do find? Because I don't think I have. So let's see. My brother lived in Austin for a few years, so I'm familiar with a few. He was up in Round Rock when I visited. Fun. Oh, cool. Luckily, live near Gen Con, which is a big convention that has reached 80,000 attendees. That's really cool. Is that a board game specific convention? That's really fun. All right. So we're getting a little shovel here to pick up the poop, I guess. I still don't understand why that's in here. And then we're getting some stacks of boxes, little stacks, and some water bottles and things that just kind of populate the area, which in the game, there's all kinds of things like this everywhere, and you just blow them up and knock them over. So the water bottles are actually in game. Oftentimes you use them to replenish your health or strengthen your shields. And so I'm guessing that's why we're tossing some of these in here too, which is fun. There's 4 of them across here, and then we're done with bag 1. So yeah, making some progress. It's going to take a while to get through this whole set, though. So I was hoping to get through a lot of it today, but like you noticed, I didn't look ahead at any of the instructions or anything to see kind of what's coming. Oh, but we are starting with some of the roller coaster pieces now. So this says I need 2 of the curved ones, and I think those would be. It might be these. It looks like there's. Or no, we need 1 of the curved ones. I'm guessing it's this one because this one is by itself in this bag, and this one has a whole bunch of other ones, and we already opened this bag for the other part that we needed. So I don't know. We'll see. Where's my water? Here we go. I want to add lighting to the shelves behind me so that you can see some of the things behind. But up here, this is my Lego Master shelf. Down here is my new Star Wars shelf. Below that, down there are some mocks that I did. And then behind me, right here, underneath this one, gosh, it's hard to point. Right below this Nintendo one is a shelf that has some Pride things, some the large scale minifigure, the big fig, and then also my trophies from different conventions. And I, in the process of redesigning and setting this up again, I filmed that whole process, and I'll be sharing shelf by shelf the different views of each one so that you can see them better. So I'm excited to edit those hopefully soon. I wanted to do basically like bits and pieces of a room tour as I'm getting this together. And then once I have it completely back to where I'm pleased with what I can show, I'll do like a full walkthrough of the room so that y'all can see. But yeah, when I bought this camera, I was very excited about how when you hold things up to it, it zooms correctly for those items. And so you can see like I'm blurred, my face is blurred, but this is zoomed in and focused, which is great. Not zoomed, but focused. And that's where I was really looking forward to using it in this space in particular, thinking that it would blur the background a little bit more so that it was a little less distracting. And I need to learn more about how to use the camera because I don't think I'm using it correctly and need to, just do a little bit more research on that. But I really like the quality of it. It's a very, very nice camera. So let's see, what else do we have? Board game, RPG, and cards. Magic launched there. Wait. Oh, at the convention, American Pokemon and Lorcana launched there. Wow, they do 24/7 MTF. MTG and Pokemon drafts. That is really fun. Lots of fun, I'm sure. So that's really cool. Where would that be? That would be an interesting thing to experience someday. You should post the camera on Discord. It looks nice. Oh, yeah, will do. So I'll have to share that link as well. Can't wait to show it off when it's done too. You almost finished you're reorganizing your room. Yes, I'm excited to see your room tour as well, friend. After our live stream last week with Nick and Kendall and John, I took the camera off the thing and I was like, y'all, look at how bad this room is and how messy. And usually when I do that, people go, oh, everybody's got a Lego room that's messy, or everybody that has a Lego room has a messy Lego room, blah, blah. And instead their reaction was, oh my gosh, Justin. And I was like, oh gosh, okay, it got bad. If their reaction is that strong, then clearly I need to do something about this. So that was a nice motivator, little unbeknownst to them. So thank you, friends, for shaming me. But I've known it's been bad in here, so I've been, planning to work on it. So it's just time. Like, it's so time intensive to move things around, to unbuild, to rebuild, to reposition stuff. I never have enough time, right? And I don't think anybody's spaces are ever like perfectly tidy and nice. If you're creating all the time, it's going to be a mess, and that's part of the creation process, right? And so I do give myself grace with some of that too, but yeah, right now it's a little beyond what I want it to be. So, and it's been a little beyond what I want it to be for a little too long. But I'm actually really enjoying being back in here for streaming. It's a very creative space, and I feel like I get really inspired by everything that I see on the walls and around me. And I really like changing up what's in my view. So what I see is a really pretty wall that has some different Rifle Paper Company calendar images that have been framed that are really beautiful. It has a giant paper flower on the wall, actually two of them, that remind me of my past doing paper crafting and my love of that. And Also has the Keith Haring set and the Spider-Man mosaic, which I love. It's so fun. And also, I just feel a special connection with it because it was the first set that Lego, the first big set that Lego offered me through the Lego Investor Network. So that always is a fun memory to have up there. And then I also have an earlier mock that I did that was before I was an ambassador. I got to do a really fun project with Lego on a mock for the Vespa set. And so I have my brick built poster for the Vespa set right next to the Vespa over there too. So, and some other things as well. But it's just nice to like change out what's in my view and change out what's in y'all's view as well in here every so often. And yeah, so I had a really good time curating what's on the shelf recently. So, and I'm building some sets and parting them out and packing things up and yeah, taking a mess and organizing it. So it's a little bit of a peaceful project when it's not, when you break it down kind of bit by bit. So Indianapolis. Oh, cool. Okay, nice. So not close to me, but but good to know. This is also going to be pretty wide and expansive, and so I'm sure that, like, setting this up here is not gonna be the best setup for continuing the build after I get past a certain point, but we'll see what I get through today. So, off to pick up the kiddo. Yay! Say hello. If you're back in time, would love to have you join again. So, have fun, drive safe. It's now officially summer here to where most of the schools are shut down and traffic is better because of that, which is nice. So getting around town is a little bit easier depending on when you're driving. And yeah, it's it always feels like a fun and exciting time of year when the kids are out of school. And I feel like all the stores feel a little bit more busy and fun and yeah, I get to do some fun things with some of our local Lego retail stores and stuff. So lots of fun coming up. I'm going to be a guest at Thinkery next week. So Thinkery is our children's museum that focuses on STEAM education with kids. And I'm going to be there for Lego Play Day and going to be helping out with a really fun activity that they're doing. So looking forward to that experience. I always love getting to interact with kids in that space. It's a really, really great space, a wonderful educational space and wonderful staff. They're just very supportive and kind, and they do really incredible work. They have great partnerships with Boys and Girls Club of Austin and Central Texas and some other groups as well. So it's really cool. So looking forward to that. Coming up next week. We've got some Pride things that we'll be going to as well. Usually we try to get up to Round Rock for their Pride events. They're this weekend though, and Philip leaves shortly after or at the beginning of next week. And so I'm not sure if we'll make it this year for that one. Our Pride events here in Austin, like the parade and stuff and festival, they happen in August when it's hotter, but when college students are back in town. And it also allows us to not have to compete with the other big cities where people travel for Pride. So, I think we get a different tourism boost for Pride at a different time. So yeah, lots of fun coming up. We will be going to, we've got some different queer markets and things that happen during Pride Month as well. So we'll be headed to some of those. And typically those happen in June and in August. So yeah, looking forward to some of that. We've got some friends also who are vendors at a lot of those spaces. And so it's always nice to recatch up with them again in person, or to catch up with them again in person. And then also to see what new things they're offering. And yeah, so I really enjoy our community here. Austin is a really fun city. So yeah, for those of you in other cities, do you do any of the Pride events? And if so, what are they? What are the types of things that you see happening? And if you don't, that's fine. You're missing out. um, oops. We we have travel mugs from all of our different trips and vacations and things. And some of them came from different places where we've traveled for some Pride events, which is a lot of fun. Anytime it hits June, I always make sure that we have those kind of front and center for us to use throughout the month, just to remind us of like, oh, remember this cool trip and this thing that happened and whatever. And then also we've got some other like rainbow mugs and things that aren't necessarily like a place or location, but are still Pride themed. Just like in July, we'll switch them out for Christmas in July and pull out our Christmas mugs, which is a lot of fun. And then we switch them out for Halloween mugs. And we've gotten to a point now where we have so many of our travel mugs that there's just too many to fit in our one drawer for mugs. And so we have to swap out different cities throughout the year. So we also then will swap out ones based on the time of year it is, and aligning that to when we visited the other places. So one example is Costa Rica. We have a few mugs from there, and we visited in September, which is fun because it's like not really summer here. I mean, it's still stupid hot here, but that feels like a summery mug, but we associate it more with the fall because that's when we visited, and also because our fall here is stupid hot. So but yeah, I was just going through them the other day. I've got mugs from, and just thinking through the Pride events we've gone to in different cities. So I lived in Boston during grad school. I was there for a summer. And that was my first experience with a Pride event ever. And so I have a Boston mug that reminds me of my time working and living in the city. And it was also just really empowering to be living in a city kind of by myself. And, I had other coworkers and things, but it still felt like a solo adventure for me. And the first time I lived in that size of a city, which was really cool. So lots of great memories there, but that was also my first experience with the Pride festival and parade, and so many activities because the massive city. And then after grad school, I moved to Miami, Florida. And while I was there, I was in the Miami Gay Men's Chorus, which was a wonderful experience, and had a lot of great friends there that they were my support system, and they were my friend group. It was really wonderful. And when I was there, we marched in the first ever Miami Beach Pride Parade. So Miami had a Pride, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but Miami Beach did not. And actually, that may not be true. Miami may not have had one. But I remember being so surprised because I thought, wow, I thought this place was like, would have had one for forever, but it was relatively new. So that was really fun to get to experience. And I also was able to march both with the chorus and then also with my church, which was really cool. So I have a mug from there, which I didn't get that mug until after I moved away, but still fun to have in our stash. And then fast forward to, we've got some mugs from Austin, of course, because we live here. But Philip and I met in person at the Pride Parade and Festival. And so I love the mug from here because I think of it as representing where we met and how we met, which is fun. How did I do this wrong? Oh, I see. So these scooted back. And then we traveled to Dallas together for their Pride Festival, which was in the fall. I think it was September or October, the year that we got married. And so that's a fun one as well, to remember kind of that trip and visit. And actually before that one too, we went to LA for theirs. So it's been neat to just experience all different parts of the country and experience all these different festivals and how each one looks and feels different, which is nice. So yeah. I was also just thinking about some of my other like destination travel mugs. and some of the other ones that like they're holding pins or whatever around the house, so they're not in there for us to use for drinking out of. And I thought, oh, I need to collect the ones that have pins, wash them, of course, and then move them over so that we can use them, because it's just fun to have different ones to use throughout the year. So let's see, what am I missing? Okay, so we're building this next section that I think is going to connect side by side with this middle section. So we worked on, I guess I didn't give you the tour of this one. This was bag one with the Cuddle Team Leader. The vending machine is my favorite part of this so far, but lots of little different kind of pieces that you might collect or destroy during the game when you're in Battle Royale. There are slider mechanisms here and here, so I'm curious as to how that's going to connect with things. And then we also have clips and axles here, and also this here. I'm guessing this will be to pull on, and I'm guessing this will like slide in and then can slide out and lock in place. So yeah, now we're working on bag 2, which is this next section that I think will be to the left of it when looking at it. Ooh, fun. This is a great sticker. I'll show you once I get it on the piece, but it's a fun little shiny arrow with lights that's kind of showing you which direction to go. All right. So we got that. At first glance, I thought it was a J, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's for me. So, and then also on this, we have this tag. That's like a, not a unicorn, but well, no, yeah, it's like a unicorn that's throwing up rainbows. And all of these stickers that are these little tag ones, I actually may hold off on putting the rest of them on, because I like to put them on the version of this piece that's 1 brick smaller, because it's perfect for the torso of a brickhead. So you can make some custom brickheads that look Fortnite-like, which is fun. So let's see. Oh, I didn't finish that. So we also have, which I have some of these from a Toy Story set, but little road cones, which is fun. So I like that that'll be in here too. It's been fun to be getting these review sets coming in, and for Philip to have no interest in them at all. He's not a gamer. He's not a Pokemon fan. And so like I've had Pokemon and Fortnite stuff coming through, and he's just not that into it, which is fine. But I've been telling him like, hey, just so you know, I'm going to be building these without you because you seem to have no interest. And he's like, yep. And honestly, it's good because it gives me some things that I can build on the live stream, because usually he's working and in work meetings during this time frame, so obviously wouldn't be able to join my live streams. And we instead, when we build together, it's almost always in the evening or on the weekends. And so I do save certain sets to build with him because we really enjoy it together. But I also really enjoy when there's sets that I know he's not going to be interested in, because I know for sure that I'm good to go. Today, what came in the mail is something that's been in back order for 60 plus days. And I was so excited to finally get it. The set from Project Hail Mary. So that is a set that I requested from LEGO, specifically just for the fun of building it and having it on display. I loved that movie so much. And I'm so excited it came now, because now we have the option to buy the movie on streaming. And I'm pretty sure we will buy it because we loved it so much. And yeah, looking forward to actually watching it and building it when I do. So that'll be a really fun one. I'm sure Philip will want to participate with that one too. But yeah, we'll have a good time with that. So, and then it'll probably end up in here in the Lego room on the shelf somewhere. Up above, I've got I've got the large Mickey and Minnie brick built sets. I've got, I don't know, all kinds of random stuff. And it's like a mishmash of things because all the individual shells are a little bit more curated. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do there, and just be thoughtful about when I want to swap some things out as well. So we are planning to get another shelving system kind of like this for our guest bedroom, in part so that we can switch out sets throughout the year, but also to give me another space that I can build in, which will be a lot of fun. So we need more storage in our house. We have too many hobbies, and they all take up too much space. So, and part of that's my fault. Most of that's my fault, if I want to be perfectly honest about that. So, Philip is wonderfully supportive. Let's see. I'm not seeing any other comments in the chat. I'm curious if y'all had any other things about like what you're doing this summer, or if you're doing anything for Pride Month, if you celebrate. We're getting ready for Brick Rodeo here in a month and a half, so that'll be nice. Looking forward to seeing some friends again there that travel in for it almost every year, and getting to display mocks again. It's just so much fun. I'm excited too because I think I've got some new friends who are new to the LEGO community in Austin that are going to be coming, and or some friends that I've known through Instagram for a long time but haven't ever come that'll be there. So looking forward to that. Which will be great fun. All right, we're getting close to wrapping up this build. I mean, not this build, this bag, rather. I'm really, really looking forward to having the different parts of the roller coaster all together and seeing it work, because we've never been able to build one of the sets that's a roller coaster set. So was very excited about this one in particular. I also, up with our Fortnite sets above, I have the mansion from Friends. It's a really beautiful set, a really fun build. But I was excited when I was putting the Fortnite stuff up there because I was like, oh my gosh, it's like a battle royale right here. Because there's a lot of buildings and sections where it's like a mansion and other road pieces and things. I mean, other like houses and stuff throughout the game. So thought it was just kind of a funny tie in there. Okay, here's the tiniest piece of railroad track. And by railroad, I mean roller coaster track. Curious if any of you have built roller coasters before, and if so, what your thoughts were on that. I've heard mixed reviews, mostly fun, but a lot of frustrations around things like not working perfectly or getting off kilter and such. So curious on your thoughts with that. Okay. One more sticker. This one's a warning sign, which would be fun for a Sig Fig shirt. Or I mean a Brickhead shirt. It's a little too tall though for that, but yeah, that's a nice one. And this is at the end of the roller coaster. So I don't think this is one that like loops and goes all the way around. I think it comes to a dead end. And I think that's why we've got this here at the very end. But here is a section of track and section that we just built. Interesting structural pieces right now. I'm loving the orange, the lime green, and this like aqua color together. And then some different pops of that pink that's going to be, of course, our Cuddle Team Leader head in the larger build once we get there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think this will attach somehow onto this other piece. So let's see. I have the loop coaster. Very frustrating. It still doesn't work well. Now it doesn't unload, and most of the time the track won't come down. I've heard some of those frustrations from others. As for Pride, you went to New York almost a decade ago. Fun. You were in town past few years, been prepping for Chicago, so it distracted, and you didn't go. Totally fair. We always try to go, if we can, to the different ones here. And Round Rock, because it's this year's their 5th year ever having it, we wanted to support every year that they've had it. And so we've gone in person for that one just because it was new and we wanted to make sure that the visibility and presence was there. And also it's fun. They do a good job with theirs. So it's also like mostly just like a vendor type setup, and they have a stage and things. So we really enjoy it and getting a chance to visit. So let's see who's there. Hi, DZ Studios. How's it going? We are building the Rave Cave, which is the new Fortnite set that is the giant roller coaster, which is a lot of fun. So on to bag 3. So bag 1, Cuddle Team Leader, our first fig. Then we had bag 2 without a fig. Bag 3 comes with our next fig. Oh, I don't know the name of this character. I actually don't know the name of a lot of the figs in Fortnite because I don't pay attention to the names. I just pay attention to their designs when I'm picking which skin that I want to use. So yeah, this one doesn't look familiar to me in Lego form. So. But it's pretty cool. I like the gold printing on this one in particular, and it has a nice double face. So I'll show you in just a second. Are you a Fortnite builder, DZ Studios, and/or player? Or just a Lego fan, which is also perfectly fine. All right. Where's the pants? And then I'll show you this fig. Where did they go? Oh, here they are. All right, so this fig has some nice printing on the pants, on the front of them, and on the front and back of the fig. The belt says dance, so perhaps that's a clue as to who this is. So here's the fig. Really nice glasses there. I think that's a lot of fun. Nice printing. Here's the back print. So you can maybe see on the belt how it says dance. And then I'll flip the hair around so you can see the alternate face print. It's a little bit, I can't really tell if y'all can see it or not. So never touch Fortnite. The only games I play are either simulators or city builders. Nice. That's fair. I enjoy the Lego version of Fortnite in particular because it is world building and there's a lot of fun tasks that you can do. But I've also recently, and well, probably the last year, gotten into a little bit of playing the Battle Royale, which is just silly fun. I like the pop culture tie-in where you get different characters from different movies and things in there. So yeah, but the sets are really fun. I finished building this one last week, which is one of the new ones that came out, and then also this one as well. So these are 2 of the 4. This is the 3rd one. The 4th one is the big cat mech, which I'm looking forward to building here in a little bit too. So. All right, I love that we're getting these pieces in red. I've seen them in our collection in gray, but I don't think we've ever had them in red, and I think that's just a fun view for them. It's a little bit different vibe. It's been fun to kind of jump back into the hobby of gaming with my Nintendo Switch, and I think, you know, that's been something that I really enjoy. I do like games where I can either pick it up and play just like a short game, so that's something that I enjoy about Battle Royale, is you can play like a 10-minute round and then it's over. Or games like Animal Crossing where you can pop in whenever you want to, but you don't have to like stay super up to date on it all the time. And I kind of go through different phases with different games with that too. So right now I've been enjoying Zelda and Mario because Philip got me the Mario game for Christmas, and that's just been a lot of fun to revisit and revisit Mario in a very different way than I gamed as a kid, because the Marios that we had were predominantly on the original Nintendo Classic, and it's very different on a Switch. There's a lot more capability and confusing. Which Mario? Mario Galaxy. So I've got the Switch came with Mario Kart 8, which a lot of people, of course, had with their Switch. So that's been fun too, but this in particular is the Mario Galaxy. So the game he got me has Galaxy and Galaxy 2 combined. And so right now I'm working my way through Galaxy. and enjoying that. And I think once I'm done with that, I'll switch to Odyssey because he got me that one for my birthday. And so that way I can kind of try a new version between the first round of Galaxy and the second round. So did you and Philip ever go see the Mario Galaxy movie? We did. And I really enjoyed the first movie and thought it was a lot of fun. And I really did not enjoy the Galaxy movie, which surprised me and was a bummer. I might just need to see it again. I don't know. Did y'all see it? And if so, what were your thoughts? Because I haven't actually talked with a lot of people who've seen it. So it felt very much geared towards kids, which of course it was, and that's fine. No shade there at all. But the first one I felt just played better for adults. So all right, I'm wondering if we're building a word here. I don't think we are. No, I don't think we are. I think I'm just building some detail on this roof piece. So did anybody get any June 1st sets? And if so, did you go to the store to get them, or do you order them online? Which I know at least one of you ordered online and used my affiliate link, which was the coolest thing ever, and I'm so appreciative of that. So I hope when you get your sets, you love them, and I'm really, really grateful that you used it. I'm not sure who that was, so but thank you to whomever that was. And it might have been multiple people. It doesn't tell me. It tells me like how many people clicked on the link, and it tells me how much people bought with it. So it could be that someone bought a very expensive set, or it could be that multiple people bought sets that added up to a large amount. So, but thank you. That means a lot. I get a very small kickback for purchases through the affiliate link, and it's an easy way for you to support me for free, which is nice. So that and showing up to the live streams and chatting and liking and subscribing and such, of course, all of those little things make a difference. So thank you. I really appreciate this community so much, and I really love getting to do the build challenges with y'all and spending time with y'all each week with these live streams. It's been so much fun to get to know you better, specifically through these. So I am so grateful that so many of you have been able to continue to join. And sometimes it's like you join once or twice, and then I might see you again on Instagram or something, and that's also fine. So, but just nice to have a really great community. So let's see here. You still need to watch Mortal Kombat, The Mandalorian, the RuPaul Drain movie, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man, wait. Oh, Spider-Man Noir? Is that the one you're talking about? What other Spider-Man movie came out? We haven't seen Mortal Kombat. We did see Mandalorian. The RuPaul one, I don't think it's come out yet. It's coming out this month, if not, I mean, maybe it's already out, but that's one that's on our list to see, probably when Philip gets back from New York. You didn't see it. I think we just might end up waiting for it on streaming. Seems like there's a lot of movies that are coming out so fast, and we don't have enough time to go see everything. Or maybe you're talking about the new Spider-Man that's coming out. So that's one I'm really excited for. I cannot wait for that one. So that'll be a lot of fun. I love all the Spider-Man movies. Okay, this made like a really fun, what do you call those? Oh my gosh, I had the word and it's gone. Shipping crate. So inside the shipping crate, I'm guessing this is going to slide in here, and that'll be where we hide away some of the hidden features and fun little things inside the shipping crate and inside this little area. And yeah, it's been fun as I'm building this to kind of get a sense of like how they're replicating some of the game experience. So I think they've done a pretty good job with it so far. Mandalorian was fun. We really enjoyed it. It felt like 2 to 3 episodes of the show all combined into a movie, which I'm fine with. And some people are real mad about. I don't know why people get so mad so easily. I thought it was really, really fun. So I really enjoyed it. I hope that they continue the series as a show. I really enjoy the TV show of it. And yeah, looking forward to seeing kind of what's to come next. But I think it did well enough in theaters that there's no risk of it going away. But yeah, that was nice. It was fun to just have something Star Warsy to watch in May. And then, yeah, I think Spider-Man is end of May. Is that right? Definitely looking forward to it. So, okay, now we have this little like palette. I just love all these little lifelike type builds. Okay, and this connects on like, come on, there we go. Like so. Also, when I play Fortnite, I play zero build, and I've heard that I should play the build version, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet because I just started with zero build, and so that's what I'm familiar with. And I think actually the first time I opened the game, it was the build version, and I started it and was real confused right away at like gameplay mechanisms, and so I switched to zero build quickly because I thought I'll learn zero build first and then maybe explore the other. But honestly, I just really enjoy it the way it is. So maybe you need to eventually try that. We'll see. But, and actually, Hector, you and I need to play sometime together. I know that you sent me information to do so, but that would be fun because I've never played with others in Fortnite. I've always played solo. So let's find a time to do that. Does your husband play? Okay. Philip was saying that he saw criticism coming out around the RuPaul movie, Stop That Train, saying that they're being accused of using AI generation or AI generated graphics and things in it. And the producers and directors and everybody have all said that they didn't. And we were just talking about how we really think that's probably haters stoking flames and trying to get people to be mad about it and make it so that it's just not a successful movie. And it's so easy to stoke people into getting angry these days, where they don't actually look up the information. They immediately just believe the one thing they heard, and then it can easily derail something. So we're gonna go see the movie. We're excited about it. It should be fun whenever it comes out. But yeah, it's like, oh, bummer. I hate it when that type of stuff happens. Some of the criticism that comes out sometimes around some of those things can be fair and can be accurate too in some ways. But I also think that we're way too quick as a society to completely cancel something if it doesn't match perfection. And I think that's a really unhealthy way to approach life. So I challenge y'all, if you're seeing anything that's like boycott, abandon, cancel, all these things, to really do research into better understanding what it is that you're being asked to do, so that you can make an informed decision. So, hi, Bev and Missy. How's it going? It's why I never really got into Fortnite in college. Other people were doing, what is PUBG? Ooh, tell me more. I don't know what that means. You're teaching me all the lingo today, friend. Okay, we have a little treasure chest. It has it has a little water bottle, and it has a potion type bottle, both for health within the game. So I can't remember what you call those jars of potion, but something. Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Spider-Man Noir. Oh, cool. Yeah. We want to see Spider-Man Noir as well. That should be fun. We were actually talking about watching it the other day, but Philip had bought passes to New Fest, which is New York's LGBTQ film festival. And they do New Fest Pride, which is just a smaller one in end of May, beginning of June. And then they do the larger one in October. So we got the streaming for the one in June, and we watched 2 full-length movies and 1 short. So didn't get to watch everything that was on there, but prioritized that this weekend over diving into Spider-Man Noir. Is that a series or is that a movie? I can't remember. I think it's a series. I don't know. So, Bev and Missy, what are you up to? How's your day? All right, so these curve tracks, okay, so they are different. So that first curve track that we had was a flat one. These next curved ones have a little bit of a lift to them. It's hard to tell, but it does. just a very tiny one, though. It's interesting. Yeah, I have not built roller coasters. Actually, when I watched season 4 of Lego Masters and they had the roller coasters in there, I was so overwhelmed and I thought, I'm so glad that we didn't have that in our season. I mean, it would have been fun for sure, to challenge yourself to do something different. But oh my gosh, what a huge challenge that would be if you've never done it before. So what do you, let's see. Oh, I just saw my Q&A and I thought that was somebody commenting in here. It's like, wait, what? What do I think of Fortnite? We're talking about it. So grandkids Keith and Catherine are here visiting. Yay! Lacey was spayed yesterday. Oh, so she's resting. I'm sure she's not too happy right now, but I think that you did the right thing. And she's going to be back to her normal rambunctious self in no time, I'm sure. So what a lovely pup. Penny is resting as well. She's in the other room. We have some new meds again. So her pill box is like an afternoon snack. It's like giant and full of, oh, it's funny. I just said that and now I'm saying it's giant. I'm like, are afternoon snacks giant? I don't know. But it's like it's a huge amount of things. It's a Ziploc full basically. And yeah, it's to the point where I'm like, she's getting more medicine than she's getting food at this point. It's not true, but sometimes can feel that way. So, but she's taking them well, so that's good. So, she's been very sleepy and she doesn't like the heat outside, but she also doesn't like the cold inside with the AC. And I don't blame her. I don't like either. So I feel like throughout the day, she constantly runs up to me to go outside because it's too cold. And then she goes outside and she's too hot and wants to come right back inside again. And I'm like, ugh, you and me both, girl. You and me both. So also, hi, Keith and Catherine. That's fun. How old are they? How old are your grandkids? I love that they're visiting. And where are they visiting from? Let's see. PUBG is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, made the Battle Royale popular. Fortnite was originally another game with another type of play, and after 6 months of PUBG, they released the Fortnite mode. Oh, interesting. That's cool. Yes, she will be. Yes, she'll definitely be bouncing back to her normal self in no time. Neither originated the idea, was just more no build, more wander around town. Fortnite definitely more cartoony versus more realistic. Call of Duty like PUBG. Awesome. Well, I think that's why I actually can handle Fortnite, is that it is cartoony. I like that when you die, it's not bloody and gross and gory. It allows me to play and it's funny because when I first started or when I first saw like what gaming has become in comparison to what it was when we were kids, I would say like, oh, I would never play those shoot 'em up games because they just felt like violent and gross to me. And so Fortnite in my head was simply that. And I didn't really understand anything about gameplay mechanism or how violent it was or not violent it was or anything. And so I just kind of wrote it off as something I would never do. And then when Legos created the partnership, I thought, you know what, maybe I need to look more into this because they wouldn't do a partnership with something that's excessively violent in that way. And really got to enjoy the Lego version. And then eventually when I tried Battle Royale was thinking, you know what, this is not what I thought it was at all, which is good. Like I'm glad that I tried it because now I enjoy it. And it also kind of helped curb my own judgment that I had there too. So, but I would never do Call of Duty or games like that are more realistic. I can't stomach that. I don't like that other people really enjoy that level of violence. It's something that's really uncomfortable to me. So, but to each their own, everybody's got their own perspective and tolerance for different things. And yeah, I just have I just have a bit more of a queasy stomach with that kind of stuff. So, all right, let me pull up this huge box of parts that fell. I'm gonna get these off the ground here. Let's see. Oh, only one bag fell. Not too bad. Bag number 4. It's interesting. I'm going to turn this sideways so it doesn't tip over again. All right. Oh, here we go. This is fun. This is a really interesting set with lots of different details and things. I'm gonna, once we're done with this bag, I'll kind of do a walkthrough of everything we've built so far and give you a closer look at some of it too. But I'm liking the different bits of furniture that we're creating. So let's see. Keith is 10, Catherine 8. They live in Buda. Oh, fun. Summer camp hasn't started yet. Nice. Yeah, he plays Fortnite also, but yes, definitely will be fun to play together. Yeah, I heard about the AI controversy. I'm glad they made a statement about it. Yeah, I think it's garbage and I think it's fake. And I think it's a way to get people to hate on something before they even know it's here. And I hope that's true. You know, I really do hope it's true and that I'm not wrong about that. But I question any type of criticism like that immediately throws it into the garbage. It's like, do you even know what you're talking about? Or are you just hopping on a bandwagon that you saw or heard from somebody else? So I think we see that a lot in social media in general. And it can be so toxic and not helpful. And it also results in an us versus them perspective all the time. Which I think is really destructive. I think that we could stand to have more civil conversations with each other and to listen more and learn more from each other as opposed to shout more and try to drown out each other's voices. And yeah, I think social media has actually socialized us to feel like it's okay to do that kind of stuff. So that's really honestly a big reason why I like to do this type of work and why I like to be a content creator. Is my hope is that I'm providing a different perspective and a different approach to what people see and experience, so that hopefully it's not all negative all the time. So but it can also be draining, y'all. This work and such can be really heavy at times. So that's again why I really appreciate the community that we have here. Y'all are really great. So thank you. Thank you for being great. Okay, this is fascinating. So there has to be more on top of it, but like this piece here, that's like the U-shaped one that has the circle in it. It's meant to attach right there, but it's super loose. And so like you probably don't hear it, but it's very loose and can fall off very easily. So there has to be something that goes across the top of it. Otherwise, I don't understand. Or maybe the whole thing will be like attached to the ground. So we'll see. What else do we have? I grew up with Halo, but at least the way I've always seen it played with people, it's always more tongue-in-cheek for online play, even if the graphics are more violent. Which again, like I had some like judgment statements in what I was saying right there, but truthfully, I think we all have a different approach with things. I did not grow up with that type of game. The most realistic, lifelike type of graphics that I ever played was actually Myst, if anybody ever played that. And I remember it actually creeped me out a lot. I really enjoyed it and it freaked me out. But it was just really interesting and unique and different. But it wasn't violent. There wasn't that type of like, there weren't weapons and things from what I remember. It was more just like spooky and exploring and kind of felt like it was a little bit of like a ghost hunt. But it wasn't really, but still. But that was like the most lifelike game that I had growing up. And I think too, the graphics have gotten so much more realistic over time than what I ever experienced. And so that's also different to where people just have a different tolerance for things, I think, because they've been exposed to stuff in a different way than maybe I did. So, okay, cool. So it created a little stack of barrels. So that's actually pretty fun. And since we put those circles on top, that actually helped it stay stable. So this is a nice little area in the under the game or under the roller coaster. And we can see here how this has these little sliding pieces here and here on the sides, and then it has clips and these axles. When we look in here, we've got the inverse of that so that we can actually slide it in through the rails. So I'm going to position that effectively like so and show you this slides in And when we push, oh, I thought it was going to click, but you didn't hear it. But yeah, so that is what creates that little section that slides in there. And it's slid into where it's like sturdy. It's going to stay put. So that I think this will be in the middle section of the build using the same type of mechanisms. You can see the sliders on the sides here and here. But yeah, it also is giving us a sense of the scale of this. So we are done with bag 3. Bag 2 and 3 built out this whole portion. So we're getting some fun little hidden goodies that are tucked away underneath these this red shipping crate type, or not shipping crate. What do we call it again? I forgot. Yeah, something crate. And we're getting the beginnings of the roller coaster. And then bag 3 also came with this minifigure that has the plunger type weapon. Whoops, it's zooming in on the front one, but this one is what I want you to see. How do I do that? There we go. And then we also got the Cuddle Team Leader. This is the bag 1. So lots of nice little sections here. My favorite thing so far has been this vending machine. I think they did a good job with that. So yeah, cool. All right, let's continue on with bag 4. We're getting our first piece of the straight line track for this one. So this is going to be big. This and also Main Street Disney we've got to build. And Philip already was like, where are we going to put Main Street Disney? And I was like, wait till you see the roller coaster that's coming. We're going to have to find room for it. So, okay, the fig in this one is one that we've seen many times before in lots of LEGO sets. I love that we're seeing more and more of them with Fortnite sets coming through, because I felt like we just weren't getting as many as we used to as kids. But it's a skeleton, and I love skeleton minifigures. So let's see. I grew up with Wolfenstein, Marathon, and Myst in the early 90s on the Mac. Was so young that Myst was really, really hard. It was really hard, right? But you loved it. Nice. Bev, building any Lego with the grandkids or anything fun planned? Yeah, good question. You use those rails on Anger's head. Fun, but we're too stiff with the 1x4s that hold them. So removed those and just have 2 plate height area open there for the rails to move freely. Awesome. I would love to see... I need to look back at your pictures and things, because you do a good job of like showing some of the interior of some of the stuff. And I want to see how you made it work, because that's fascinating. It's really cool. So awesome. Okay, so bag 4. I just opened. Yeah. So let's build a skeleton. That's fun. Tonight I am going to my church, and I am singing with our queer choir. We have a pop-up queer choir that comes together every so often for different events and things, and they always just invite anybody that wants to participate. And specifically, people who are part of the queer community are strongly encouraged to join. And I'm really excited. It'll be fun. We're singing the song "I Know a Place" by Muna. And we're going to record it. So there'll be a video of it that I'll be happy to share with y'all if you're interested in seeing later. But we're going to record it tonight when we do the thing. And then we're also going to sing it Sunday morning at church. And I think at an event in Austin later this month. So not sure if I'll be able to join all of the opportunities, but I think I'll be there. I'll be there tonight. And I think I'll be there on Sunday for church. So that's fun. It's also just like a nice way to meet some other people that have joined our church, since we've been involved for a long time, but we kind of hit a point during COVID where we predominantly went through Zoom. And so that's how we've connected most with a lot of the people there. And there's a lot of people who don't do the Zoom. So because of that, we haven't seen a lot of these folks that'll be there in person. So I like the in-person piece, and I miss it. And I've been wanting to, so. This is the 4th day visit. We played a lot of Monopoly. Keith is playing Minecraft with Missy. Nice. Fun. I like it. Minecraft was not around when I was a kid. It was not something that I got to play with. The closest that I can think of would be things like Roller Coaster Tycoon and Railroad Tycoon. And I remember, I think my neighbor had it. I don't think we did. But I remember playing it and having so much fun trying to boost up your score for your resort. And there might have even been Zoo Tycoon. I can't remember. I feel like there was one where we made a zoo. But those were a lot of fun, but we didn't have them in our house. I had to go to the neighbor's house to play. Myst is the only game that I really remember. There was also an interesting coding game that was very light coding, where you would build your own game. And then once you built the game levels, then you could play those levels. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember going to my friend John's house over and over and over again so we could gradually build this large game that we were working on. And the characters that we built for it were about 3 to 4 times the size of the characters that I think they expected you to build for the game. And so our game was very short because you only had a certain number of pixels that you could build around. But it was so fun. I remember building the gameplay and designing the interactions of like when you push this button, the character jumps, and here are things that they can stand on, and here are things that if they land on it, like they fall through. So you had like traps and things that you put in there. But I never really thought of that until just now as an experience with coding. But that's absolutely what it was. I really wonder. Does that ring a bell for anybody? Does that sound familiar to you? And if so, do you know what that game would have been? I'm like super curious now. I'm totally out of touch with John. I actually am surprised that I remembered his name right now. So maybe I could ask him if I ever get back in touch with him, but I don't know. So I remember an old puzzle game, The Castle of Dr. Brian. That's fun. This was like a game maker. Last Friday we went to little sister Charisma's preschool graduation. Oh, that's so fun. Oh my goodness. I love pictures of kids in graduation cap and gowns from those times. I didn't have that as a kid, but I remember, I think my younger brother did. And I just remember being like, oh my gosh, photo shoot with this tiny graduate. That's so fun. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can research whatever that game was. It was really, really fun. And you know what's interesting is it very well could have been like something that his dad created for us and like made into a game. I don't know. I don't know if it was a real game or if it was something that they had made in their house, but it was on a computer. Like I feel like it was a piece of software that they bought. I completely forgot about that until just now. I never finished Myst. Did you? I remember just hitting a point where I was so frustrated with it because I couldn't figure out something and I just gave up. And it might not have been giving up so much as I had jobs that I was working when I was in middle school and high school, and I was in theater and music stuff, and like I was constantly busy doing a million things. So it very well could be that I just didn't find the time to complete it. But yeah, I don't remember finishing the game. And now I really wish I had. I don't know. I don't know what happens. What is the mystery? I feel like that is the mystery. You're finding out that you're building a mystery book, but I feel like someone told me that once. I don't know. I just don't know. Ooh, okay. We're getting some stickers. All right. We're putting stickers on the inside and outside of this piece. I hate putting stickers on the inside of panels. I hate it. I feel like they're the hardest ones to place, but we're going to go for it because we have to. And by have to, I mean, I'm just going to do it. No one's forcing me to, I suppose. But I finished it, I think, late 90s. Once the internet came out, we had dial-up around 97. Yay! Yes, please post a picture. That's really fun. I want to see on Instagram. I love it when people share their experiences with family. All right, just a moment while I place this. Okay, y'all. I did a good job this time. I'm pretty pleased. Not too bad. Not too shabby. The other one is this round one on the outside, and that one will be easy to put on. So I'm not really sure what these symbols mean. I'm sure someone who is an avid Fortnite player might recognize them, and they're not screaming out to me in any particular way, but I also feel like I played enough to recognize it. So this piece goes in front of it too. So we're hiding a lot of it on this side. So that's what it looks like when it's hidden. And then the reverse side, there's the sticker. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious if anybody outside of the country is on today. And if so, if you've had a chance to check on if you have access to Tubi. I had found out from someone in the live stream, maybe it was Brandon, on Monday, that you can stream Lego Masters on Tubi, which is great for people who don't have Hulu or Disney Plus. So I've added that to my list of places that people can stream it to remind people. But I would love if people outside the US were able to watch it too, because they're the ones who missed the opportunity to see it live last year, in particular, like without an opportunity to. So I'm glad. I would hope that they would have a chance to see it. But JJ, I messaged him and was like, "Hey, in particular, you might want to check this out. I don't know if you have it or not." So he said he would look into it, maybe this weekend. So yeah, I just think it'd be more fun for them to get a chance to actually watch the show before our live streams. So you use paper towels to soak up extra Windex and use Windex for the stickers, but you have to let it dry. Perfect for those panel stickers. You have to let it dry though. Yeah, that's where I don't have patience. I don't have patience, and it would be harder to do when doing live streams because of the amount of time it would take to dry. But then also, it's more the patience thing than anything. I know that technique. We were taught it at a workshop during Brick Rodeo a couple of years ago, which was fun. But yeah, I just I don't invest that amount of time into it. And maybe I should. I don't know, but yeah. The panels, those are the ones that always get me though. And this time I'm actually pleased with how it worked. So yay, this time. But yeah, it always frustrates me when you have to put something on the inside of a panel. I'm like, why? And I get that would be next to impossible for them to print on. So like for sure that one makes sense for them to have a sticker instead of a print. But so. And like I said, I'm not a big hater on stickers. I just I don't enjoy putting them on when they're tough. So let's see, what else do we have? I said before, not for everyone. I have to dig out all the stickered pieces beforehand, then sticker them, and then have a set or two prepped to build. Oh, totally. And honestly, like, I think that's a very smart decision if you're wanting them to be precision. And if I wasn't doing streaming, I could see myself getting into that a little bit more. But with the volume of sets that we build, I just don't have I personally just don't have the patience for it. So, but a very smart technique too. And I'm glad someone figured that out. When Michaela was teaching us, I was like, oh my gosh, I never knew this was possible. So they had also prepared all of our bags with a little bottle of Windex and also sticker remover spray too, which I think is just Goo Gone. maybe. And so I have both those bottles here in the Lego room with some other things, but and a little buffing cloth to buff off the extra glue, or not glue, the extra Windex. But yeah, I haven't ever actually used it at home that way. So I do when I go to Bricklink stores, though. I look through their sticker sheets because oftentimes you can get some really fun ones that I then use in things like minifig habitats and such. And that's a great way to get pieces that are from like an IP related set that maybe you just don't want to buy the set, but it gives you one or two things that are specific to that IP, which is kind of fun. So all right, we are building kind of a rock wall, which is nice, and I should be paying better attention because I don't do a lot of rock wall building, so it's nice to see a little bit of kind of how that process works. But it looks good. This, I think, will be attached around maybe the back side of this. I'm not exactly sure yet, so we'll see. Let's see. I just binged your season last week. Yay! Hi, Iggy. You enjoyed seeing the representation y'all brought to the community. Thank you so much. That means the most. Honestly, that was like my absolute favorite thing to get to do or not to get to do, but I was so grateful with the way they edited our episodes. It did not feel tokenizing at all. It felt very authentic to who John and I both are. And I really felt like they did a great job ensuring that our story was told in a respectful and awesome way. So one of the things I highly value in life is the concept of representation matters. And it was like, seriously, that my favorite thing to get to be a small part of that for some people through the show. So thank you for your kind message and for binging our season. I don't know if you knew this, but we're actually doing a live stream every Monday night where we are rewatching the episodes, and John and I are chatting with different people from our season each week. And so if you'd like to join, they're Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Central. And this Monday, we will be doing episode 3, which is Over the Falls, and with Krista and Marcella. So good friends of ours that live up in Pittsburgh. And yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah, if you have questions about the show and whatnot, it's a great way to hear from some of us that were on the show. So, and we're just having fun reconnecting with our friends. So yeah. Also, we, because of John and his amazing work, we were able to get a wonderful interview with GLAAD, the organization that focuses on queer representation in media. And that article is one of my favorite parts of that experience with LEGO Masters. So I'm so grateful that John was able to help make that happen. So, along with the PR team from LEGO Masters, of course. Yeah. Yay. Oh, cool. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to know that you're aware of it. Yeah, would love to have you there. So friend stickers are also fire for city. Yes, agreed. The friend stickers, there's actually some really great ones in there. Philip was looking through for a sticker the other day for something he's building. And I have a whole stack of sticker sheets from different things. And he kept stopping at all the Friends ones. And he was like, what's this from? What's this from? I was like, they're all from Friends and they're all super cool. So, was also looking at an old Brickset article on alt power for Powered Up. They drill into it, whoa, as the control is built into the battery box. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. And overwhelming. Hi, Zach. How's it going? Good to see you. We are on bag 4. Where is the skeleton? Skelly, where'd you go? Here you go. So now they show that you put Skelly into the build behind this doorway, which is funny to me. It's like a very specific, it's almost like this is not meant to be a minifigure. This is meant to be something that's hiding behind this doorway. So ta-da! And here you can see the other stickers I just put on. So we've got this one here inside that panel, and on the back side, here's the other side of it right there. So this is Skelly's home, and Skelly is getting hidden behind rocks. Okay, this is fun. So using these, so for those who don't know, this is called a burp, or a big ugly rock piece. And it's actually a smaller one. I actually think this one might be called the lerp, which is the little ugly rock piece. And the bigger version of it is the big ugly rock piece. I always call them both burps, but I'm probably wrong on that. But it's a great way to add large sections of rock pretty easily. So how are you liking this roller coaster set so far? I am enjoying it. I think it's fun. I think it's going to be huge, bigger than I want it to be, mostly for the space that we have in the house. But I'm eager to see what it's like once you actually get things to roll down it. I hadn't looked too closely into it, and I was hopeful that it would actually be a fully connected roller coaster, which if I really would have thought much about it ahead of time, I would have realized that's not how it is in the game. It always has some kind of dead end parts to it. So it shouldn't surprise me, but yeah, I was a little bummed to see that that's not the case. However, I suppose I could mock it up or modify it and see if I can make it into a completed roller coaster. So maybe we'll see if I can do that. I don't know. But it's nice so far. Interesting build techniques and with these sliding mechanisms that go in, which I'll show you in just a second. So, but welcome. I'm happy to have you here and happy Pride Month. All right. Lots of great green pieces. I love bright green. And I feel like we can never get enough of these parts. And because usually most sets with green have more of the darker green parts in them. I think because they've been around longer, but I also wonder if the printing of the light green is a little bit more expensive for Lego to do because they don't produce a ton of shapes and designs in that. I'm always curious as to why we don't get as much in it. I prefer the lighter green, which is called bright green. So yay, happy Pride Month. Oh, that's a bummer. It's not a continuous loop. But yeah, I will see once I'm done if there's anything that shows how to modify it to be fully continuous. But I'm thinking with this dead end that they had me build right away, that means it's just going to kind of stop. So and yeah, in the gameplay, that's how it works. So it shouldn't be a surprise to me. But yeah, I just hadn't really looked into it too much. Hadn't really thought much about that yet. So did you do any June 1st sets? And Iggy, how about you? Did you get any June 1st sets? Or are there any sets that were announced or released that you have your eye on? From the previous it stops, then you can raise it up and then go down the track. Oh, cool. Okay, nice. Will did an amazing job with that shirt. You hope he would make more. Oh yeah, I hope he makes more and does a reissue of this one. This is a lot of fun. So it's 3 minifigure hands that are all kind of holding hands together. And the idea is that it's meant to be like about everybody coming together and supporting each other, which I think is so fun. But what I love is so many times when I wear it, people think it's a longhorn because I live in Austin and the longhorns are like the symbol of a longhorn is similar shaped. But then also the way I see it is it reminds me of Iron Man. So I'm like, I've got my rainbow power button right here. So yeah, at least it's a new track layout versus the 2 recolors of existing tracks in the Power Minor and Friends set that came out this release. Oh, really? I didn't realize those were like the older style. That is interesting. I do like the color of this one for sure, but I didn't realize it was a different style of track. That's cool. Over the years, I've noticed the Friends line has been releasing more interesting sets than the Lego City line. I honestly agree. I prefer the Friends line for the builds. I'm hoping I can still get the Lord of the Rings set plus the gift of the purchase. Oh, cool. That's a huge one. And I'm excited for if you do. I totally get the Iron Man vibe, right? Like that's what I feel with it. So they are the same layout of the old Robot City mech track. Gotcha. That was out last year. Same base, different build. Interesting. And also kind of surprising that it's a little bit of a repeat. I feel like they've done that a little bit with some of the other ones that were like they had the Creator 3-in-1s where there was one version that was the alien version, and there was one version that was the space version, or not the space version, the pirate version. Did you ever experience either of those? They always looked very similar to me. And I wondered if they had different designs to them or builds to them, or if it was like the same type of build with different decorations around the track that you go through. But I don't know if that's true. So I just had wondered that. I had debated getting them because I wanted to play with making my own mocked roller coaster tracks. And part of that was really the motivation from watching it on Lego Masters and thinking this would be such a fun challenge and such an overwhelming challenge. And I want to know how to do it. So it'd be fun to learn. Maybe that'll be like a future month with our build series. Would y'all be interested in that with, for a build challenge? If we did like a roller coaster track one? There's a couple ideas I have that people would need specific parts for. So this is one example where I would want to let people know well in advance that they can make a Bricklink order or buy a set or something that would have the parts in them. This, as well as gearing mechanisms. I want to do a couple builds where we're doing gears. And yeah, in order to do that though, I think people need to have the parts. So my birthday is on Monday. Yay! So I'm still deciding on which June set to add to my wish list, but the mushroom set is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I loved that build so much. I built it last week. Was that last week's live stream? I think so. And it's by far the most lifelike of the botanical sets so far. So should partner with Bethany for yes, she's amazing and she's so kind. Before Lego Masters, when I was auditioning for it and applying for it, I was chatting with her a ton about moving things, and she was giving me tutorials and teaching me so much. She is so kind and helpful. And then I couldn't tell her that I made it on the show, but she knew I'd been auditioning at the time. And then the show told me I had to tell everyone I didn't make it. Because we were supposed to not say anything to anybody. And so when it finally came out that I was actually on the show, she was so kind and was like, I'm so happy for you. I was really hoping you would, and was, disappointed when I thought you didn't make it. And I loved her response, because there was another person that I had to lie to about that as well, who was not very happy about the lie, and not very understanding or kind about it. And I was like, I'm sorry, but when they make you sign an NDA, it's really scary. So, please understand. So, but yeah, she taught me so much already about movement, and she would be a great person to partner with for that. Plus, she does some really great things with tips and bricks. So that could be a really fun maybe collab challenge to work with them on. So I've gotten to do one of their challenges, actually their very first one they collabed with me on, which was such a privilege and an honor to get to do with them. So it's about time to do another one. So yeah. Let's see. Space One last year was a different layout, more Crazy 8, and Pirate was more open. You have an old friends one that you got at Goodwill, but it's all lower, no up, down really. Okay, yeah. The only ones that I have are just all one track. It's not like the different layers. And because of that, you don't get the experience of having it propel on its own. And I got one that was a review set that was a Frozen one, where there's just a little loop. And with that Frozen set, I put it in my Winter Village, because I did kind of like an amusement park theme for my Winter Village this year. And I tried to figure out how to get it to motorize where I had something going around the track. And I could not figure it out with enough time to make it work. And so I just abandoned it and focused on the rest of the Winter Village. And it's forever been something that I want to fix now. Y'all, I'm confused. Let me show you what just happened here. I think the instructions might be wrong. Or I may have done something backwards. Well then, y'all, I did something backwards. So I just realized this panel is supposed to be flipped. So this thing that's hidden on the inside is actually supposed to be on the outside. So let me see if I can hopefully do this relatively easily. Dadgummit. Really? Really? Come on. Come on. Okay. Okay, cool. Got it. There we go. Okay, so this will be on the outside, and this will be hidden behind that blue X. I don't know if that makes it make any more sense to me still, what those prints mean. It doesn't actually at all. But I think maybe the outside ones are meant to be graffiti. Yeah. I think that's meant just to be graffiti because you can still see like a little bit of it over here on this side too, on the bottom of it. And then this is maybe like a portal that's like hidden. I'm not sure. So I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Who knows? Okay, this is all connecting. Oh my gosh, it's getting bigger. All right, so this part. Whew, all right. This part's going to, oh my goodness, y'all. It's going to be too big. This part's going to connect here. All right. So to show you, that all connects. The part that I'm holding is what we just built. The other side is the bags 2 and 3. So this is bag 4. This is getting big, y'all. Too big. Too big. Don't tell Philip. He never watches these live streams anyway, because he's always working. Later on, he's going to be like, oh my gosh, this is huge. Where are you going to put that? What's going to go away? I already can hear it. And I don't blame him. Our house is too full. But this is fun. This is cool. So I'm going to have to make room on the shelf back behind me, I think. So let's see. Rick said I couldn't get any new scents for this month, so that he has options to get me something for my birthday at the end of the month. Totally fair. Yeah, Philip is always like, I never know what to buy you. And honestly, like, it doesn't really make sense for him to get me Lego at this point because, and honestly, for me to get him Lego, I still do get him some because there's always 1 or 2 sets that like I know he'll love and I want him to have. But yeah, it's always funny to me. I'm like, yep, I get it. We get enough through the Lego Ambassador Network, and that is not a complaint. To be clear, I'm very grateful, very, very grateful. And yeah, it means we have to buy each other records and books and clothes, which is all stuff that we have an abundance of, too much of. So, all right, we're using 2 of these straight pieces of track across the back here. I'm loving how colorful this book is so far. And then we cover up the connections to that, or to the back of it with these purple pieces, just to secure them down. And I missed a detail somewhere. There's an extra one of these that I need to figure out where it goes. So bear with me for a minute. Ah, looks like it goes over there. Oops. All right, bag 4 is done. We're building more of the coaster. Those flat tracks. When I flip this around, you can see some fun interior details and that hidden skeleton, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, pretty cool. Yay. Oh, thanks, Zach. Yes, I made it back in. I finally made it back in. And I am enjoying being able to stream in here again and not be in the living room or the kitchen. Just because I always feel like I'm in the way for Philip and feel bad about that. It's taking up too much space. And we still have a lot of clutter everywhere in the house that needs to find a home, but we're making it work. We're getting there. So yay, we get this ring. That'll be in the next bag. And then another piece of the curved track in bag 5. And we get another minifig. Yeah, it's been very nice to be back in here. I was saying earlier in the thread or in the stream that I really enjoy the creative vibes in this room. and how it just inspires me to be around lots of things I've created or built from Lego sets or from papercraft stuff and fun projects and things over time. I have a lot of art in this room, and it just feels different to be able to be here, which is nice. Yes, progress is progress. Yes, bit by bit, and we're continuing to make it there, so which is nice. All right, this next one has printing that looks like a skeleton on his torso, but it's like a regular minifig, which is fun. So I'm excited to look at it closer, or more closely rather. Yeah, I don't know the name of this fig either. All right, but it's an interesting one. So let's snap him together and I'll show you. It's got leg printing and torso printing. This is cool. This would actually be a really fun Halloween costume. And then great face printing. It looks like he's making a winking face and has like a winking skeleton face. Yeah, I'm sure this is like an actual character in Fortnite, and I don't know. So if anybody knows, let me know. Oh, I like this. Piece by piece, set by set. Yes. We're getting there for sure. It has been nice though to clean things up. I spent actually this morning, I was on a call, and while I was on the call, I was unbuilding a set, and I unbuilt 2 big sets and parted them out. And that was really nice. Okay, look at this. Look at this printing. This is really fun. It's kind of hard to see, but it's that blue and purple printing with a little bit of red here and there with those hearts and such. Doesn't look like there's anything on the arms, but we do have some printing on the back too, and the back of the face too. So, were there a lot of Fortnite June 1 releases? Yes, there were 4, and we got all 4 of them, which is overwhelming and cool. So one is this supply drop, which so far is my favorite, although this Rave Cave is growing really quickly. I love this size and the scale. It also comes with 2 other figs that fell off. So I'll have to pick them up later and show you, but that was pretty cool. The Tomatohead was another one. So similar to getting the sculpted style like the other one from last year, the Durburger, but this is a better sculpt, I think. And I like the size. It's a little bit smaller. The Rave Cave, which we're working on now. And then the other one is a big mech that is a kit mech, K-I-T for kitty. So that one's pretty cool. I haven't gotten around to building that one yet. I think after this, I'm going to bounce to the Main Street Disneyland next week. So that'll be my new focus for next week. So I don't know what I'm going to do on stream, if it'll be that or something else. It might be part of that, but that is such a big set that I'm going to build it throughout the week. So we shall see. I will be here without Philip next week because he'll be away for work. And so I also need to make sure that I have plenty of time with Penny. Otherwise, I would say I would just do the stream all week. But I need to make sure that she's not just like completely alone. Even though I'm here, you know, that she's not completely by herself the whole time. So we're going to have fun. Maybe watch some movies, build some things, read some things, clean up a little bit more. So I'm determined to make next week a productive week. So. But also, I don't want to overdo it and not have any relaxation. So you still need to build Clumbo. Clumbo is really cool. I did that one. It was going to be in our winter village, and it was too big. I just couldn't fit it in the space that we had, and so we ended up just giving him a Santa hat and putting him elsewhere in the house. Philip was like, "What even is this?" So I was like, "Don't worry about it. It's Clumbo, and that's or Clumbo. It's fine." He had no clue, but he was like, "Okay, whatever." I'm like, "Yep, he's gonna go in our winter village." And then I was like, "Never mind, he's going into this like habitat for Christmas time because why not?" We also, in the last month, I've had 2 different people in my life reach out to me and say, "Hey, I know somebody who is new to Austin and wants to build Lego with adults. Can you get them connected?" And I was like, "Yes, I can." And so I introduced them to all the people in Austin that I know and said, come to the lug with me. And neither of them came to the meeting last month, but they both said they would come this month. So I'm excited because I'll be meeting some new friends. And they also moved here at the right time because they can go to Brick Rodeo in July. And so that's going to be a lot of fun too. So I love getting to connect to other people. You and Penny should make it a spa staycation week with some Lego sprinkled in. I love that idea a lot. And she deserves a spa week for sure. Poor girl has been through it. So I think maybe that's what we'll have to do. Maybe it doesn't have to be productive. Maybe that can be what is productive about it. So I like that. What do we have here? One of the other sets that I got to review that I haven't built yet that I'm really excited about is the new Darth Vader buildable fig. And so I had debated going live with that one today, but then I thought, no, I really want to do the Rave Cave. And I know that some of y'all are really excited about the Rave Cave. Plus, I've done Fortnite and Star Wars recently anyway on these live streams, but still felt like Star Wars had been recently enough that it was time. Actually, I think I did Star Wars and then Fortnite. So Fortnite might have been more recent. But anywho, I was debating which one to do. And yeah, I held off on that one. So we'll see. Maybe I'll give you all a list of like the ones that I have to build and you can weigh in on what you'd like to see. Because that's also... maybe that could be fun. So during our spa week, let's see. You've been wanting to build a winter village for the holidays, but still want to build up the amount of bricks I have. That's awesome. We started with Winter Village. That's actually what brought me out of my Dark Ages. So, okay, I'm going to stop putting the other stickers on because I think I'm going to save them to put on torsos for brickheads. But it's saying to put this really cute octopus that's in the bottom corner that's pink and put it on one of these rock pieces. And I'm just going to ignore that for now, but wanted to show you because it is a pretty cool sticker. So I want to save the stickers for something else. So yeah, so anyhow, we started with... I got back into Lego as an adult with the Winter Village sets and started with 1, and then it grew to 2, and then to 3, and then it grew eventually into a full Winter Village. And the amount of time and effort that we've put into it changes year by year, but I feel like it's mostly grown in the last handful of years to be bigger and better. And part of that, I think, is the pressure I put on myself to make it bigger because I feel like I have to as a Lego content creator. But I know that I don't have to and that nobody's expecting that per se. But also we do a seek and find with it and we hide lots of fun pop culture references in it. And our friends who come over to visit in person during December and January get to play the games. And so I think that's also led to adding more personal pressure to make sure that it's like really nice and fun. And yeah, it's become something that a lot of our friends really look forward to and their kids look forward to, but the adults enjoy the seek and find part too. So I don't know, I need to tone it down maybe a little bit just to make it a little bit more reasonable for us to finish each year. And I probably need to work on it earlier in the year, to be honest, so that it's not as much effort in November, December. So those months tend to be so busy for us in general that it just gets to be a little wild. But yeah, what I would say if you're wanting to start a winter village is that you start small. You buy 1 or 2 of the Winter Village sets. And it doesn't even have to be the Winter Village ones. Like there's other sets that can go in a Winter Village really nicely. Like Friends had some really cute sets last year or 2 years ago that were these little igloos and this little snowy hill that you can slide down. And those are great additions to a Winter Village. And then just set up a little pop-up table. So we had our first couple of years, we had a small coffee table that we were using. And then we made it a little bit larger and did a full square of a card table. And then 2 years ago, We went to the store and bought custom wood that was a wider length than a card table, and we got legs from IKEA to screw into the bottom of it, and that's what we use now. And it's just large enough to fit in our front area as you walk into the house. So we wanted a dedicated space for it so that we knew how big it could get and couldn't get bigger than that. And as it's grown, we've also gone from just having a tablecloth on it to moving to putting all of the Lego on plates. And when you do that, it adds a lot of time, much more than I thought it was going to. It looks nicer and things stay more solid and in place, which is great. But it also, especially adding a train track because that's rounded, and rounded on top of regular base plates is tough. It just adds a lot more to it. So you don't have to go that hard, is all I'm trying to say. So, but it's fun. It is a lot of fun to have. So, and we also we decorate our entire house in a really big way for the holidays, and we start November 1st because that's what we love to do. It's something my husband and I both really enjoy. And because of that, it gets to where there's just a lot of stuff everywhere. And this is one component of the bigger picture of everything. So I think you should see if you can get winter in July to be a Brick Radio theme again. You guys bring in you and Phillips Winter Village. Oh, that would be so. Thank you, Zach. It would be really fun to do that. The year that they did Winter in July as a theme, it was in Houston. And because it was in Houston, it also was where it would have been harder for us to bring our full Winter Village setup because it really, there's so many parts to it. And so we opted not to worry about that all that much. But I do think that we could have had a really good time with it if we had. And others did beautiful Winter Village scenes. It was a really fun theme that year. So, all right, this sticker, which I did put on, says "Party." So it's a nice little tag on the side of the flusher. So it's a the flushers in the game are portals that let you bounce from one part of the Fortnite island to another, which is great if you're being chased or if you're chasing someone and want to get to a different part fast. So I like that that's included here too, because usually there's one hidden in the roller coaster area. Y'all, for those who play Fortnite, did you know what, like, if someone told you that Lego was coming out with a Rave Cave set, would you have known what that meant? I'm wondering how much it was just like out of my brain and I didn't know it versus it was actually a known thing. But I feel like it's not something that's a known thing. Kind of like the loot llama, we call a loot llama, but it's technically called a supply llama. And I guess they have supply drops with this, so it would make sense that it would be called a supply llama. But yeah, I just I didn't know of it that way. So getting a spam call like every Wednesday about this time. I feel like they always know when I'm streaming. / they call all the time. So the joys of having your stuff sold online. um, what else do we have? Let's see. I think you should say, oh yeah, we talked about that. If anything that needs to be a big collaboration one year, that would be, yeah, it would be a really fun collab to do a big Winter Village one. That'd be a fun theme for things. This week, I'm ripping my gingerbread plates to likely rearrange trees and add lighting. Fun! I'm excited to see it. And if you haven't seen Sean's build that he's referring to, it's really, really cool. And it's set up or you've got some pictures in our Discord. So hop over to the Discord and take a look at some of those detailed pictures to get a sense of it. Okay, y'all. So here's the flesher, which is that portal. Oops, sorry. There we go. So here's what we've been building so far for bag 5. But I like this. It's fun. And then we're going to add some more. What do you call this? Some more foliage and stuff. on the outside. And it looks like, oh, we're getting some more crates and things. So yeah. I had read or heard recently that when someone calls you from a spam number, that you're just not supposed to interact with it in any way whatsoever. That if you hang up on them or like send it to voicemail, that is considered an interaction, and that they get paid to just confirm that your number actually goes to somebody. And so if you decline the call, then it tells them that you interacted with it, so you're a real person, and they sell that data to other people. And I'm so guilty of being like, nope, decline, because I just don't want it in my, I don't want to hear the ringing anymore. But I think that there's probably some truth to that, and I need to stop. If I want them to stop calling me, I need to stop letting them know that I'm a real person. So, all right, this is getting bigger. It's almost too big for the table. I think I'm going to have to move the bricks. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see. Let me rearrange some things. Yikes, spikes, y'all. Okay, we'll put these parts here. I'll leave the parts. No, I was gonna do the instructions there, but that's awkward. It's getting too big. Okay, here, we'll do the instructions here. Oh my goodness. Right, I thought the same thing, Sean. So you said Supply Llama and Crate was very straightforward, but the Rave Cave is definitely in the closet in terms of knowing what it is. I thought that it was an odd naming, and when Lego offered me this, the Fortnite sets for review, we get an email that says you're offered Lego Fortnite 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's like whatever the set number is, or the set numbers. So in this case, there were the 4 set numbers. But since Lego hadn't released information about it yet, I always go on Google and see if anybody has leaked the information so that I can know what the set might be, which always seems silly to me because we don't want leaks to happen. But at the same time, like that's the best way for me to find out. I never click on the links. I just read whatever descriptions come up in Google so that I'm hopefully not giving them views, although they're still coming up in my search. But I had seen, rumored to include the Rave Cave and some other things, and I was like, "What is the Rave Cave?" And I assumed it was maybe something from the type of Fortnite where you do that's like a Guitar Hero. That was my assumption, and I was wrong. It's not that at all. So yeah, it didn't. I didn't clock it as what it is. So. Anyway, all right, so now we are putting in some support connections to make sure that this all connects. So it connected into the side using Technic pins, and then now we're putting some bricks and tiles across to keep it all in place. All right. And then here we're adding some more snow-like details, which is fun. It's interesting that there's snow, but in Fortnite, you can move from one area to another and it's different seasons, especially in Lego Fortnite in particular. So I guess that's kind of fun. And then we're using these little reinforced, let me show you up high. The track is held up by these little pins that are going up and down, right? And they're different colors as you work your way around, which is fun. I like that they're adding multiple colors. But now that we're going higher with this next section, we are going to be raising it by 2 of these little spacers. So that's fun. And it'll be lime and reddish orange for the first one. Yeah, the Lego Masters episode where they had roller coasters. I just kept thinking, like, how would you build that and make sure that it was strong enough and that the math and physics of it all worked the way it was supposed to in order to have it actually go? Like that's an incredible design challenge. And I remember Jamie in the talks about it saying like in the interviews during the episode, saying like he designed the first ever roller coaster set, I think, or was working with the team that did, and how like that was a huge challenge. Like, and they obviously had a team that was working for months and months and months on it. And here they are asking people to do it in a number of just like a few hours. Like that's a wild challenge for sure. So, all right. So we're getting these little like round type portal pieces. And it's interesting because the curve of the lime and teal here are a little different than the curve of the circle that it's on. It kind of bothers me a little bit, but I don't know. So let's see. I've heard the same, but in the back of my mind, I figured if I answer and interact with them, they are still getting my info. Honestly, it's the same, right? So, and I thought if it goes to voicemail, they would still know that I am a person because it has a voicemail. But supposedly, if you let it go straight to voicemail, then they stop calling you. I don't know if that's true, though. So, BrickTap Discord would be a place to go. They have a ton of the leak information. They had someone's drawing of it. And I don't ever like to see the leaks, and I don't like personally to give clicks to the leakers because I don't think that they should be getting stuff illegally that way, or maybe not illegally, but I think it is illegal though because it's information that was protected that shouldn't be shared. But I say all that not to say you shouldn't go to it. You all can do whatever you want to, but I personally don't ever want to support leak accounts. And it's not because I care about my stuff being out before other people. I don't. I'm not a news site like other Lego ambassadors are, you know, so I don't have as much reveal information that I choose to share. And we're not required to. We can do whatever we want to with it. But I know a lot of friends that are, and I know the Lego group doesn't like the leaks either. And so I support them wanting to not have those accounts get a lot of views and really the benefits of people seeing it there first. So, okay, so that just slid in. So I didn't show you. I just went for it. But essentially this, let me just undo it and show you again. Here we go. So you can see that there's the rail pieces here, right? And then here's the inverse part of the rail on the sides of this. So that is going to, what fell? Oh, that fell, okay. That is going to slide in, and I'm going to do it on the table first. There we go. So once it's in, you can see it's like floating there. It's going to slide towards this, and then it pushes into the back wall using those clips and things. There we go. And now we have this middle section. And that's where I'd been storing the figs for now. So I'm going to take them out to show you. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And I do like this floating loop. That's pretty cool. So. Oh, I see what you're saying, Sean. And also, like, that was no shade meant towards you at all either. I was just saying, like, I probably won't go to the Discord even though it exists. You think you're going back to carrier pigeons and ravens? Please let me join you. I love that idea. Let's avoid some of the mess that comes with all the technology in our face all the time. I meant once you got the notice and want to know for accepting Figure Discord, you aren't giving clicks. That's fair, actually. Yeah, understand not wanting to get the info or be exposed as much. That is fair too. I personally really love seeing the reveal when we get to see it from Lego because it's the highest quality of images and things, and the leaks are usually really grainy and not good information. Which also, here's a little rant for y'all, but when people see a leak and then they judge a set based on that leak, they're judging it based on lower quality images and maybe just one or two pictures. And so they're not seeing the set for what it fully is, and they're forming an impression based on that poor quality stuff. And Lego as a business has a plan and a goal around how they want a set to be revealed and shared with people for people to understand and see in the best light possible. And obviously, they want everybody to like what they're building and designing. Of course, that makes perfect sense. But I think a lot of things get thrown away and discarded as like, oh, this is a terrible set before Lego even has a chance to reveal it and share it because of all the leaks. And so many people form quick opinions without seeing good quality images that give them the sense of the set in general. I think that was a little bit of the result with Pikachu, where people were furious about saying it was really ugly and it didn't look like Pikachu and all this stuff. And I would say, having built it, I was a little questionable because I didn't think the pictures looked all that great. But then once I built it, I was much more impressed with it than I thought I would be. And I've heard that from a number of people who are big Pokemon fans well before I was a Pokemon fan as well. And I still have heard from people who still don't like it, and that's fine. But I think that that kind of stuff happens a lot. And I would say with the Pokemon ones as well that just were released with a Smart Play, a few people saw a few small images quickly, saw that it was connected to Smart Play, and immediately threw it out and said, this is garbage, Smart Play is ridiculous, all this stuff, without actually looking into the interaction design and all the things that come with the way that they design those sets. And the reveal from Lego just didn't wow as much because people already had formed their own opinions. And so it's stuff like that where I'm like, I don't want to contribute towards other people seeing that and immediately discounting the things. But I don't fault for people for wanting to know what's coming and wanting to see that early. I know that there were, especially before I was in the Lego Ambassador Network, there were plenty of times where as soon as the information was out about the custom minifigures, collectible minifigures, I immediately saved as many images as I could because I wanted to go to the store and find them through the bag search process. And that was an easy way to do it. Plus, I was just so excited to see. And so, I get why those sites do well. And I was a part of the problem for a while. Now as a Lego ambassador, I unfollowed any accounts that were doing leaks just because I didn't want to see it and didn't want to contribute to it, but also I felt a little bit of a responsibility to do so as a Lego ambassador. But again, I'm not saying this to say you shouldn't follow those sites, you shouldn't care about leaks, or you shouldn't whatever. I'm just giving you my perspective on why I don't support it. So personally, one of the things that I haven't had I haven't had experiences where I've built and spent months and months of my life working on some piece of art that I was really excited about, only to have somebody else share poor quality images of it before I got a chance to. And that to me is something that I feel for with the Lego designers, that they spend a year working on a project and they're really proud of it and really excited about it. And then the first time that others see it is before they can even share it, because they're bound by the NDAs, of course, and so like that to me would be a big bummer. I've experienced it in a very small way, where I brought something to the lug and I told people, hey, please don't take pictures of this because I'm going to share this later. And thankfully they were respectful with it. But I remember thinking in that moment, should I have brought this today? I'm not ready to share this yet. And I have a plan for how I want to share it. And that was just like the tiniest little taste of it, where again, people were respectful and kind with that too, which is great. But I realized I need to be careful with what I bring here, because sometimes there's new members and people don't know what the rules are and expectations are and that kind of thing too. So, oh, hi, Julie. How's it going? Thanks for joining and for dropping a like. I appreciate that. We are building the Rave Cave, which is this really, really fun Lego Fortnite roller coaster set. So I'm really having a good time with it so far. So, but thanks for joining. Hi, Ben. It's Ben's Brick Builds, Brick Designs. Oh my gosh, I said Brick Builds. It is such a beautiful set. I'm really enjoying it so far, and having a lot of fun. I'm very excited to get to the point where I can actually have something go around the coaster, and see what that experience is like. So we haven't gotten to the point where there's any cars that we can put on it yet. So where are these pieces? Ben, what are you up to? What's going on? Oh, thank you for the shout out. What are you up to these days? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Which is probably not that true. I feel like I saw you at the last leg meeting, but it still feels like it's been a while. So, we've got our next lug meeting, I think, will be later in the month in June. And I can't remember what our theme is for this month, but excited to see friends again. And like I said, too, I've got some new friends, new to Austin friends that are going to join us, I think. So that'll be cool. I love when friends reach out to me and say, hey, I just met somebody, or I know someone who just moved here who loves Lego. And I thought, I know just the person to reach out to and connect them with. I'm like, oh, that's so fun. I'm happy to be the connector. So. I'm excited whenever I finish this set to get around to playing Fortnite again and downloading the skins that come with it. And then I'll show y'all probably through Instagram stories or maybe an Instagram reel how to download it and what comes with it. So, but those are always fun. So getting ready for Bricks and Brews Saturday. That's fun. Oh, that's right. It's underwater theme, under the sea. I like that. So that'll be a fun build theme. I'm going to be working on my build for the build challenge in my community this month, which is to build organic bases using sideways build techniques. And so I have something in mind, but I'm not going to tell you because I'm excited to do it and reveal it when I get around to it. But it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So I came up with the idea shortly after coming up with the theme for the month. And it's a build technique that I haven't really used all that much. So I'm looking forward to trying my hand at building some more interesting and different bases than I built before. So Ben, Missy, and I are joining you at the brewery. Yay, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. We are not this time. I think we might be headed up to Round Rock for their Pride. And then also Philip is leaving early next week for a work trip. And so actually he leaves on Sunday. And so it'll be getting him ready for his trip too and spending some time together before he's gone for a very long time. So fortunately, we will miss Bricks and Brews this time, but it's a really fun event for those who are on the stream and haven't heard about it. Ben worked out a great relationship with our friends at Austin Beer Works, and they have a really awesome venue that's like a not tasting room. I don't know what you'd call it. Y'all know the word. And I know the word. It's just escaping me right now. It's like their brew house. They have a back room where they let us take over once every 3 months and share mocks. And it's so fun. We meet a lot of new folks there. And then they join the lug. And it's been a nice opportunity to also just hang out with some of our lug members. So shout out to Ben for setting that up for us. And shout out to Bev and Missy, who've gone a number of times. I think Philip and I have gone twice. Maybe I've gone 3 times. I can't remember. So tap room. Thank you. I knew the word. Yay. Can't wait to see what you guys and DFW Lug do for rodeo. You guys kill it when it comes to amazing, huge collaborative builds. Thank you. I am not collaborating with them, but a lot of people in our lug are, and it's going to be really cool from what I've seen. And Julie said, July, excuse me. I was thinking Julie because my friend July says, probably going to buy the tomato and drop set this week because I want the code for the decorations in the game. The decorations are really cool. I started to play with them last week. So I did the drop. So the supply drop is here. It's really, really cool. I love the angles that it sits at. And I love the 3D like kind of steam smoke like in the game. So really, really fun. And then I did the tomato head last week as well. And honestly, this is so cute. It's such a great little build with a tiny build on the inside. But my favorite thing was the technique on the back that shows you. I did a little reel on how to do this, but you can use clips and bars to do inverse building. So you can see it's like the back of studs and the back of studs here that normally don't connect, but in here, that technique allows you to make it go like that. It's a really, really cool technique. So definitely recommend both of those sets for sure. So yay. I reworked the lights in my brewery. That's fun. Lego and beer, not my whole identity. No, not at all. There's also soccer. You can't forget that too. So I love the Fortnite sets. I have the Battle Bus. Oh wow, I don't have that one. Durburger Restaurant, and the Colombo. That is fun. I only have 2 of those 4, but I have the 4 new ones from Lego. So thank you to Lego for sending these. I was really excited to get these for review. Our review sets came a little bit late this month, and so I had a bunch that I couldn't start building until they arrive, and because of that, we're all kind of behind on them, but they're fun. There's some really cool sets coming out, or that just came out too. So yeah. All right. July, are there other themes that you like to build? And thanks for joining us today. It's nice to see you here. I have the worst memory, but I'm not sure if we've ever interacted before. So if not, hello for the first time. If so, apologies for my memory. And good to see you. But happy to have you here. So, and happy to have everyone here for sure. Just need to add karaoke. Oh, yes. Okay. Exactly. Right? Bev, you know, Ben. Do you and Missy like karaoke? I don't know if we've ever talked about that. I love karaoke. That was a huge part of Philippa and my dating life in the first few years, actually. We used to do karaoke parties and go out to karaoke nights all the time in Austin. Before I knew Ben, which is funny because we would have had a good time with you then. Now we can't have a good time with you anymore. Just kidding. Now, actually, the most karaoke that I do is mostly with y'all, which is fun. And at your house. So we need to go to a place sometime. Or at our house, I guess we've done some too here. Yeah, I love karaoke. I love singing in general. Music has always been a huge part of my life. All right. We're building more of this random section that I think is going to be the backside here of where we're connecting to the roller coaster. So let's see. All right. So, I was curious with this build if we were going to be starting with the head of the cuddle team leader, but obviously we did not. I'm guessing that's going to be like the end of the build, which I guess makes sense because you'd kind of have to set it aside until you had something for it to connect to. But yeah, I am eager to get to that part because I'm excited to see how they did the sculpting of it. It's pretty flat. It's pretty, I mean, it is a little 3-dimensional, but it's not like overwhelmingly 3-dimensional. But it still looks like a cool part of the build. So, all right. Putting in some more things to be able to clip some other pieces on. It's interesting to see how they're accounting for stability with this set. This is the kind of stuff that I feel like I learned the most from Lego designers about. All right, and I'm loving all of the lime and pink that kind of travel through this whole build. It's really fun and very Fortnite-like to me. Like there's always so much graffiti type style of art and fun all through the game. For those just joining, this is the sticker sheet. Y'all, it's massive, and there's so many little stickers. That bottom section is all tags, which is fun. And I have a few that I've chosen not to put on because I want to use them as torsos for brickheads, so that I can be wearing my favorite Fortnite tags on my brickheads. So, but it's pretty cool. There's quite a few. Other games I'd like to see sets, more Horizon Zero Dawn. Yes, it does not surprise me. Ben has done some incredible mocks of Horizon Zero Dawn. And that was actually the first time we did Bricks and Brews together. You displayed that, I think, which I'd seen it before at Brick Rodeo, but yeah, it was pretty cool. Wait. Something is backwards here. Y'all. I did all this part backwards. I don't want to have to redo it, but I have to. Take a minute. Well, I wonder if I can... Maybe I can flip the plates. Maybe that'll work. I think that'll work. I think I can flip these two plates all together and reverse them. But yeah, they're all backwards. I got the Game Boy, and I still have to build my Fast and Furious Speed Champions. I love those. The Game Boy set is really cool. I built that on our live stream a couple weeks ago, I think. It's over here. You can see Mario is holding the controller for Mario Kart. He's driving his friend, his brother Luigi. But yeah, that was a really fun build for sure. Y'all, I think I did it. Almost. I think I did this to where I didn't have to rebuild everything. I need to adjust some of this. Wait, do I? No. I think I did it. Yay! I was able just to flip those two. Okay, much better. Now it like forms a natural pink line. So, whew, that was stressful. It actually wasn't stressful at all. But I am glad I didn't have to rebuild it all because I did not want to have to undo all those tiles. Especially having been spending a lot of my day unbuilding and sorting sets today. Just not in the mood to unbuild anything else. Let's just go back to building. It's more fun. All right. Ben, what streaming service do you use to do multiple cameras? I've used StreamYard for a long time. And I feel like they eventually changed the quality that you can stream on with the free plan. And I don't do a paid plan. And I have a very nice camera that I wanted to keep using. And so I like with this camera that I can do this and that it automatically focuses on what is in front of your face right now. And then I pull it back. And it focuses on me again. It's a really, really good camera. And the quality is just garbage if I try to do it in the free version of the app or of the website. And so, yeah, but I want to do... I don't like looking over here and then looking over here and then looking over here. But because of this camera and how it zooms, it has to be further back from me in order for you to see the table. And so I have it further back, and then I have the laptop here, which means to look at the caption or at the chat, I'm like, I just feel like I'm constantly doing this. And I've really only had that problem the last 2 weeks because I've been back here in my Lego room. And when I do my live streams on Monday nights with the Lego Master stuff, I have it closer to me because I'm not building stuff. And so it's less of an issue. But with this, it's been driving me nuts. So OBS. Okay, cool. I will look into that for sure. I need to get y'all and Jean to go to the roost. Yes! Let's go. Let's go for sure. I think she's traveling right now, but yeah. Oh no. I appreciate y'all reacting with, oh no, I'm assuming because of all the unbuilding and all that stuff. My life is so stressful, y'all. Which actually, we've had a lot of stress around here lately, so I'm happy to have a calmer little bit. So you might have heard Penny coughing in the other room. Even though I'm on my headphone or my AirPods, sometimes people can still hear her. And I'm like, no, I'm so sorry. Poor little lady. She's had a rough go at it, but she is very loved. And when I went back to HEB to get more meds for her, her new set of meds, the woman who was helping me at the pharmacy was like, "Oh, hi, good to see you again." And I was like, "Oh, it makes me sad that I'm at the pharmacy enough that you know me, but also, like, sweet that you remember." And she was like, "I hope Penny's doing okay." I was like, "Oh my gosh, there are sweet people in this world for sure, for sure." Did the Bev and Missy, did the doctors say how long Lacey would need to recover from her little surgery? I can't remember when we've had dogs that went through that, how long it took. With Penny, she came already spayed, so we didn't navigate that with her. She was 4.5 when we adopted her. We brought her into our lives. All right, it's fun that it's like a little snowy portion of the scene. I do like that there's little snow drifts and things. It's kind of funny to be building this in summertime, especially in the heat of Austin. But you know, I'll take a little cool wintry scene right about now, right as the heat is turning awful. Yuck, it's gross, y'all. It is gross here. Okay. Ben, I commented on one of your videos the other day, and I was like, this is annoying that this is just serving this video to me now when it was a video from 3 months ago. It's like, why did I not see this before? I don't like how algorithms work, which that could be a whole rant all in and of itself. But I just thought it was funny. And I was like, but I still want you to know I appreciate it and it's cool and you do a good job. So 2 weeks to get the stitches removed. Okay. She's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. I am excited for her to bounce right back. I do remember we had a dog that we adopted when I was a kid. His name was Scruffy. And the story behind his adoption was my parents were at the dog pound or whatever you call it. The shelter probably is a better way to say that. But they were at the shelter looking at pups and they wanted one that was calm. And all these dogs were like whining and complaining and barking and yapping and wanting to be taken home. And they went by this little crate, and this little dog was just sad and just laying there and seemed really peaceful and quiet. And my mom said, that's the one. That's the one we need. And so we adopted Scruffy and we got him home. And in 2 days' time, he was the most wild, rambunctious dog we ever experienced, ever in our house. And the shelter called my parents a couple days later and they said, oh, by the way, Scruffy was just neutered. And so he's on a lot of drugs and he'll perk back up though real soon. And he was a mess. He was a big mess of a dog, but he was really cute. He was a poodle terrier mix. Very, very tiny, very fluffy, cute, or poodle schnauzer mix rather. But was just a really cute little guy. And that was the dog that I mostly grew up with, although I had in high school, I had to do something called a life packet, and it was where they had us answer 100 questions about ourselves, and we had to do like 3 a day for the entire year until we got to 100. And the one of the questions was like, have you ever had any pets? And so I wrote about all the different dogs we had. And my parents had a bad habit of adopting a dog, having it for a couple years, and then my mom would get annoyed that no one was helping out enough with her for the dog, and so she would go and take it to a shelter. And we did it over and over and over again. And there were 7 dogs, I think, that I had listed in my life packet. And I remember my mom seeing it and being mortified that I had shared that with people. and was like, oh, I don't like how that sounds. And I was like, well, it's true. that's what happened. So it's what happened. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, so we had a whole bunch of dogs over the course of time. But Scruffy was one of the longer ones that we had. And then we had Rex towards the end of when I was in college and towards the end of my parents' time in Colorado. So he was a big black lab and he was adorable. But also because of that, I never experienced a dog going through older age. And so walking Penny through this process has been challenging. It's sad and it's different to have. But we love her so much. So let's see. I have an inflatable collar. She's trying to get at her incision. All. He bamboozled us. He did for sure. And he was a handful, but he was adorable and I loved him. And I thought of him as my dog. There were a couple dogs we had where I was like, these are my dogs. So Scruffy was one and Max was the other. So Max, I begged my parents to let us adopt Max. I really wanted a dog again and we hadn't had one since Scruffy. And he was a purebred Cocker Spaniel, blonde Cocker Spaniel. And he had like a little white heart on his forehead of just like the way his hair was colored, and was just so cute. And we got him as an actual puppy, which in most cases we adopted dogs when they were older. And so that was really fun to go through that whole experience with him. And he was so cute. He could fit in my little hand. We had to get rid of him because he bit the neighbor kid. The neighbor kid was trying to pet Max when Max was having dinner, and he turned around and snapped at the kid. And I don't think he actually bit him, but I think he scared him. And the neighbors threatened to sue. So we had to get rid of the dog. At least that's the story that I was told. And I was so sad, and I did not like those neighbors. They were rude. But also, you never want a dog that could be seen as violent, even though I don't think that he actually was. I think the kid just didn't know how to behave around a dog. So anyway, long story and sad. Yeah. Growing up, we never had dogs because we raised sheep. Okay, Zach, that's so cool. Did you name the sheep? Was your house like Babe? Did you have a pig too? Babe is like one of those movies that it came out after my childhood. So I was a little bit older than a little kid, but I had a younger brother who's 10 years younger than me. And so because of that, I experienced all of the media that he would watch too. And I remember watching and rewatching Babe over and over again with Tyler, my younger brother. And I loved it. I really loved it. LOL, sheep's names were 1, 2, and 3. Right? Yes, that's quite possible. So that's really funny. Yeah, it was just anyway, I loved Babe so much. And it was something where I like kind of forgot about it, but it's one of those things that I watched it enough times that I could probably quote the entire movie, which is ridiculous. I don't understand how brains work because I can't remember most things that matter in life, but I could quote that entire movie. Like, why? Why is that what we've decided to dedicate ourselves to? Like, what's that all about, brain? But yeah, it's just one of those movies where like I just always had it in my head. And our dear friends Katie and Michael, when they had their first baby, they are both musicians and they're super talented and super kind and fun. And I asked about like, are you playing music for the baby? Like, how is music going to play a part in his life? And they said, actually, we have a song that I've been singing to him every night. When he was in utero, and they were really excited when he was born to see like if it was a song that when he heard it he would actually know. Yes, Baram you, exactly, that's exactly it. And your friend named her chickens Dinner. Oh, that's too amazing. I love that so much. But yeah, anyway, what was I saying? So the song that they sang to him was a song that it wasn't singing so much as it was humming. And it was a song that is a classic, a very classic instrumental song. And it's the song that the old man sings all the time. If I had words to sing a song for you, I'd sing you a song. Ba da da da, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. I forgot the words, but it's that song, and it's so sweet that was a song. And as soon as she started humming the tune, unlike I just demonstrated now, I said, "Oh my gosh!" and I sang the words from that movie. But apparently, here on the spot, I couldn't reproduce it right now. And it just was wild to me of how immediately I was flooded with emotions and memory of watching that movie with Tyler growing up. And I used to babysit him all the time because he was 10 years younger than me. And so, yeah, it was like, oh my gosh, like music has such a way with our hearts and our memories and our souls. Like, I just feel like there's so much deep connection there. And that song is really powerful. And it's something that I love from that movie so much. If I had words to write a song for you, I'd give you a morning golden and blue. No, if I had words to make a day for you. If I had words to make a day for you, I'd give you a morning golden and new. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Bum, ba-da-da-da-da. I don't know. Anyway, I love that song, and I now need to look up the lyrics. And now I'm sad. I got myself all emotional, y'all. That's so fun. Oh my goodness. I love memories like that. Another song that was really powerful for me growing up. So I was raised in a very religious household. And I used to sing with our worship band at church and with choir and all these different things. And at my senior graduation, I sang this song with my friend Lee, who we haven't stayed in touch. We lost touch, but she and I sang this song together. It was one that was from church. And it was called Testify to Love by Avalon. And that song used to, every time it would play on the radio, my dad would call me and tell me that it was on because it reminded him of me. And it was a song that reminded me both of good and bad times, and kind of some rough experiences I had with the church. And so I hit a point where I just didn't like the song anymore. And I didn't really want to hear it anymore. And it was recently re-recorded and re-released by the singer from Avalon, the two of the singers from Avalon, and they re-released it because Michael, who was one of the two from Avalon, this Christian music group, he had come out, and the band forced him to leave. He was forced out of the band, which was the band that he created for everybody else. And he since then has stayed in touch with and has a really good relationship with Melissa, who was one of the original band members. And they are at a place now where they are in a much better relationship, and things are good between them, which is wonderful. And so they re-recorded the song with Ty Herndon, who is an out gay country singer. And it has completely reclaimed that song for me. This is like a deep thoughts with Justin moment. I don't usually go this deep with y'all. But it's completely reclaimed that memory for me and that song for me, and it's so powerful to hear. So y'all should look it up. It's really, really beautiful. So oh yes, love that song. I'd play you a tune. Yeah, like what are the lyrics? I need to know it. But for Testify to Love, it's for as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. I'll be a witness in the silences when words are not enough. With every breath I take, I will give thanks to God above. For as long as I shall live, I will testify to love. And the song is all about God's love is for everyone. And so to have it reclaimed by these queer artists who have come to a different place in their faith journey and are in a different headspace with all of it, it's really powerful now. And it made a huge impact on me, but it's neat to see how many other people kind of had the same type of like somewhat traumatic and rough history with the original song and now have a really positive experience with it. So anyway, yay, fun. Okay, so this was bag 6, and it's a bunch of snowy stuff with this nice pink and green lines that are kind of going around it. I'm sure it will connect, I'm guessing, here on the back, but I'm not exactly sure. It might be actually raised, so we'll see once we get a little bit higher on here. But the whole structure, y'all, this is getting to be quite large. Very, very large. So yeah. The song is called If I Had Words. Okay. If I had words to make a world for you. Yeah. I don't know the words. I need to know the words that drive me nuts. So, all right. On to bag 7, where we get another fig. And this is another one where we have a helmet and face print, or a helmet and a hairpiece. And this is really cool. It's like a little bit of a llama type character. Wonderful face print. I'm loving this face print. This is cool. I'll show you in a second. And I'll start actually with it, with the hair on. Oh, cool. We're also getting a record. Nice. I love record prints, and this is a brand new print. So this is really fun. And he is holding one of these Slurp. What's it called, y'all? Slurp juice. I can't remember what they call it. But it's the health type juice thing. All right, here is our fig. He only has one face print, so he's it's blank face on the other side. But you can see here, pretty cool printing on the front. The back torso also has good printing as well. And the best part is this like mechanical llama hat. That's so fun. That is so fun. That's really cool. So, if I had words to make a day for you, I sing you a morning golden and new. Thank you, Zach. Yeah, feel free to find all of them if you want to, but also I can look it up later too. But I love that you did that. Hey. Hello. Ben and Zach are here, and Missy and Bev, and Philip just walked in the room. I'm telling him who else on. Our new friend July is here. We've got some new friends in here today. Who else is here? Alphonse is here. So Sean. Quite a few people. It's been fun. Maya was here earlier. Hector was here. He might be back at work because he always pops in during his lunch break, I think. But yeah, it's been a good stream. We're having a good time. They say hi, Philip. Say hi to everyone. He says, say hi to everyone. He is rummaging through some parts real quick to find something for his mocks that he's working on for Brick Rodeo.
In my 10-minute break.
In his 10-minute break between meetings. He is in nonstop meetings, especially with this trip that he's going to New York for. It's a huge, really, really cool project that I'll let him eventually share with y'all about. Maybe we'll do a live stream after you're back where you can talk about it and show some of the really cool things that you can't show yet.
I might not be able to. Well, I guess I could show photos.
Well, yeah. Right. That too. Anyway, all right, on to bag 7. Y'all, I can't believe this is 13 bags. I Actually, we've made a lot of progress today, though. It's 4:30, and we've been going since 1:30. So, what do you think of the Fortnite sets? Any other game? Oh, sorry, that's my question that I put up before. I was like, wait, somebody's asking something. Nope. Everybody's just saying hi, Philip. So, hi, Philip. What are you going to do for dinner when I'm gone?
No, we have pizza.
Oh, that's true. We have leftover pizza. Enjoy.
What are you doing?
I'll probably have leftover pizza, actually. I bought like a microwavable HEB meal that I was going to do, but I think I won't. You don't like it? Why?
It's just not hanging.
Oh, I see what you did. I think it's fun. I can't tell y'all because it's his build, so I'll let him share with you whenever he's ready. But he doesn't like it.
It's one part of it.
One part of it. He likes most of it. But the part he just did, he doesn't like. It's part of the build process. You have to go through some things that you don't like in order to get to the things you do like.
Do you? I just want to skip that.
Philip said, do you? I just want to skip that. For dinner, he's going to lay on the couch and cry that you're not there. It's probably true. He's such a baby. You'll see it July 23rd. Yes, you will at Brick Rodeo. So he did say that he's going to come to the June meeting. And I'm saying it out loud so that Ben hears it and can help me hold him accountable to come. He just shook his head no. Yes, you are. You have to. You have no choice.
Where are these?
Where what? Oh, I don't know yet. So I have them out on the...
But there's more of them, no?
There are more of them, yes. I just don't remember where. That's a piece that I rarely use. You know what? It's probably in the drawers that are lowest on the left-hand side that are kind of hard to get to right now.
Oh, Lord.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
You can do it. I believe in you.
It's a terrible place.
Don't you have work meetings to get back to? Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay. So this is another interesting piece. So this is... well, that's not there's the camera. This has the, he did register his monk. Did you register this monk yet?
Not this one.
Oh, he did not yet. You have very few days left, babe. Get on it.
We have lots.
We've registered almost everything else, but wait, you haven't registered. Okay, we have
some.
two. He has 3 months to register. I am sorry, Ben. I am sorry for this failure. Such a disaster. Hop to it, babe. Maybe that's what he can do during dinner instead of crying on the couch. Okay, so these rail pieces and this little section has those like inverse rail pieces. That slides in here, and it does so to keep this up. But what's fun is you could just do that and it becomes a dropping mechanism. So I'm thinking that this is made so that you can accidentally drop something down on top of something else. So I'm guessing this section will be raised for the roller coaster. I'm losing my words. They're due by Saturday. We have to register them by Saturday.
I'm leaving for 2 weeks after that, so that works.
What does that mean? That means you'll get it done before
If
Saturday?
I don't do it before then, I'm not going to do it anyway.
You are going to do it. You have to. You got some really fun builds. You have to. Everybody agrees. They all say you have to. You have no choice.
I may or may not register something that ends up staying in New York.
He is registering something that is going with him to New York for the work trip. And he's hopeful that it'll come back in time. So that's part of the issue. But it will. It'll be back here in time and it'll be fine. So just do it. Thanks. Okay, thanks. Bye. Even if you put it in basic measurement and a work in progress, yes. Doesn't have to be finished. Yes. Which we even know the scale and dimensions. It's no problem at all. It's just a matter of getting in front of a computer and doing it. So, did you register our collaborative mock?
Mhm.
Okay, good. Did you
I
register
registered that, and I've registered.
what you're working on right now?
No,
You haven't? Oh, okay.
the mosaics.
Okay. So he's registered 2 of his mocks. These are just 2 more. And they're also smaller in terms of space. So, yeah, they'll fit. It'll work fine. Plus, we have a bigger space this year. It's going to be great.
Denmark too, so really 3 more.
Wait, what's your Denmark?
Denmark cup.
Oh, yeah. Yes. He's got a few things to register, but
They're
he'll
not
get to
big,
it.
though.
That's what I just said. He said, they're not big, though. It's okay. We do have more space. It's going to be fine. It's going to be a really, really fun this year. So we are in a new space. I'm sure everyone on this video has already heard this, but we're in a new space this year, and for Rick Rodeo. And it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've never been in this space for the convention. I also say we, but truthfully, I'm helping out with it, but I'm not a co-chair this year, which I'm glad. I haven't been a co-chair for a couple of years. It's been nice to have a little bit of break from that amount of work. It's a lot of work to put these on. The people behind it are wonderful people who take a lot of their free time to do this. So I'm so grateful they do. But yeah, I feel like I always speak on behalf of Brick Radio when I'm like, we. Okay, this piece is newer to me. I've seen it in a few sets, but I do like it, and I think it'll be very versatile and very useful. I'm curious as to when it'll come on like the Pick-a-Brick wall or in Pick-a-Brick Online is more likely, right? But I just think that's a nice part for sure. So this is interesting. I don't really know what I'm making. So we've got this little mechanism in here that moves back and forth here. We have that dropping thing that I just showed you. And then we have this thing that's going to somehow rest on this. And, or I guess it floats. Yeah. So it'll float on this thing. Oh, and then here, let me show you. Wait, did I miss a piece? Oh no. Okay. So now that that's attached here on the black piece, there's also this gray piece that has this little pin hook in it. That's going to go here and push in like so that now that's attached. It's like a full platform and it keeps it up, which is good. So it is a good piece, right, Ben? I thought you'd like it. So yeah, I know they're stressed, but I'm glad I'm not in it. I'm already doing like 5 events, right? I don't know how that happened. So Lasso caught me during our meeting last time, not last time, but the time before, and asked me like, hey, can you do this and this and this and this? And I was like, I think I can. And I thought I had basically said like, I need to think more on some of this stuff and I'll get back to you. But I think I got listed for a whole bunch of things and I need to like follow up and double check what I got assigned to and see if I'm actually on the hook for all of them or if somebody else is able to help out with some of it. So it felt like a lot to me the other day. So, but I always want it to go well and I'm happy to support and help out. But I also want to participate and enjoy and not feel like I'm doing all the things. So yeah. Anyway. Okay, so we're building another platform just like the last one. This is cool. So I'm guessing this is the way to raise and lower the coaster. If what you said was true earlier, Sean, I think it was Sean who said that, that in the preview it looked like you raise and lower it. And if that's the case, I'm going to be really excited about this once it gets to where we can move the coaster. Because at first I thought it was just that dead end. And I was like, well, that's no fun. I want it to be able to like keep going forever. So If it is the case that it can work that way, I'm curious if we can motorize it. Okay, this is asking for another. Okay, here we go. So to show you all again, here's that piece that is a good piece that we just talked about. Really, really cool. Let me do it this way so you can see better maybe. So it is a basically like a 2x4 plate, but it also doubles as a bracket that goes over the side. So in this case, it's snapping on here. And then we put a black tile, 2x4 tile across it, like so, and that helps lock it in place. A lot of those are backups, and more often than not, I show up and I'm not needed. That's what it's been like for me too. I think that I'm not the backup though. I think that's the problem. That I'm like, wait, why am I the one on the hook? So I just need to follow up with them about it. It could be perfectly fine, and I could be overthinking this, but I just don't want to overcommit to too much. So we also have some Lego Masters friends from our season coming, and I want to be able to spend some time with them while they're in town, and some other friends that I know through Instagram that I just want to see. So I don't want to get so full with things that I miss out on some of that. So we'll see, but it'll be fun regardless. It's going to be a really good convention, like always. So I really enjoy the time we get to spend together in those environments, and I feel like Brick Rodeo tends to always have a lot of really great games and activities and things that just are a lot of fun. So, all right, more stickers, and these are on the outsides of panels this time, so they're not as bad to do. We are making this thing with 2 stickers side by side. So I don't know what this image is. This is also where I think, because I started playing Fortnite when I did, there might be other people who would see this and would instantly know what it is. And a lot of times I'm like, that I don't know yet what that is. So like Mecha Team Leader, for instance, I didn't play Fortnite back at the time when that was introduced. And so I had to read up on it and learn more about it. And to understand like what the reference was. But it's really cool. Really, really cool. Whereas I'm sure people who were like longtime Fortnite fans probably were stoked to see that it was going to come as a set. So, all right, here we go. Not too shabby. The power of using brick separators for sticker placement. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right. So this is making a platform that I think is going to go on that thing that moves up and down. And I'm wondering if what'll be on it is the flat piece of track that we're supposed to use for this section. Guess we're about to find out. Ben, I saw your smaller Q2 at the South Austin BAM and was excited to see it on display there. Where are you at with the bigger Q2? And is that going to be, are you going to be finished with it by the time you hit Rodeo? Let's see. Either of you guys know if the hotel has officially sold out yet or not? I don't think it is. Recent email says June 22nd is the last day to get the rate. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. Since it's in town, we haven't looked into that. So haven't seen the details of that. But I know it's there were a ton of spaces initially. And since it's our first time at this venue too, I think they're very excited about it and really wanted to make sure that it was a good experience for us. And by us, I mean like everybody who's coming to the convention, you know? So I'm hopeful that it's a really, really good experience. Okay, cool, y'all. This is a DJ booth. This is fun. This is really fun. Okay, so let me finish these pieces. Well, here, I'll show you. So I just put on this sticker, and it's like speakers on the front of the DJ booth, which is really cool. The bigger Q2 is done. It's just the supporter section. Oh, okay, gotcha. Let's see. And then you're testing moving it to Bricks and Brews this weekend. Nice. Well, good luck. I hope it goes well. So now we are putting on top of this little DJ setup 2 revolving spinning. What do you call these? What do we call these, y'all? Help me out. These things, but 2 of those. And of course, on there are going to be the new prints for the new records. And these are printed parts, which makes me so happy. Look at these records, y'all. So cool. So cool. I love that we're getting new records. I'm going to have to steal one and put it in our record store modular. And then there is a little control box that'll go sticker that'll go in the middle. So it's like a little DJ stand, which I'm guessing the minifigure we built is the DJ. I think he's the DJ, y'all. Cool. This is really cool. Okay. So, all right. Okay, everybody, we have the DJ stand, the DJ booth. That's really fun. Really, really fun. And then on the sides, we're going to do 2 more stickers that are tall, and we're building speakers. So the speakers are built. I'll build them in front of y'all for you to see, but we start with a bracket, and then we attach one of these sloped bricks, 2x2 sloped bricks. Then we do a regular 1x2 plate. We put another bracket on top. We do one of these interesting shaped bricks. That's 1x2 that has like the curve in it. And then we top it with another 1x2 plate. So here is essentially the speaker. On the front is going to be a 2x4 plate, and that plate is going to have a sticker on it. So I'm going to quickly make a second one. This is cool. Ben, have you ever been to Chicago? Brickworld Chicago, that is? We've got a bunch of people who join these live streams that are all going to be there, and I wish that I could go. All right, so we got the second one, and now I'm going to do the stickers. All right, so looks like we're going to have 4 more stickers on here. So, or 4 more. We have 4 more stickers that represent speakers. That's what I was trying to say. All right, so here's one completed speaker. It's pretty cool. Not Brickworld, you used to go to Wizard World for comics. Fun. Turntables, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I was losing my memory again for specific words. All right. So we have those 2 on. They're going to go side by side here. And I like that we're using the double jumpers that you can see maybe here. Let's see. There we go. You can see to space them out a little bit. I think that creates a really nice spacing for the way the DJ booth looks. That's cool. All right, and now I think, okay. So this is going to attach onto this, and it's going to attach this way. Okay, interesting. Let me slide this back in. There we go. All right, so now that it's here, when we move that, It raises and lowers the DJ booth. That's really fun. That's cool. I like that mechanism. Very simple. And then we're going to use these. Oops, goes her hair. We're going to use these black rounded pieces to fully attach it and kind of close that off a little bit better. But that'll also help make sure that it stays in place. It just gives it that smooth finish. And I'm wondering if there will be rubber bands in this set to help with some of this, but I don't know. We'll see. So, got a few more pieces from this bag, and then we'll finish her off. All right. So in the front here is the little tiny railroad or roller coaster tracks, and then right in the middle goes the bigger one, like so. And then we'll close those off. I'm assuming, I'm jumping ahead, but I'm assuming we'll cover those with these tiles because that's what we do every time. And now, okay, this is really interesting. So now this is going to fit in here. Oh, okay. So it's showing it going on. Like so. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. So now it's on here. And now that it's on, you can see how that's kind of moving over. And it looks like it's moving over to, like the DJ booth is like resting on top of the railroad tracks. Roller coaster tracks. Y'all, I can't say that word right. That's weird. I'm sure it'll make sense in a minute. And then this trapdoor, now we see it drops down into that red section down here. So pretty cool. Okay. Fun. Yeah, that moves the DJ booth onto the track. I don't know why. I don't know why. So, but yeah, pretty clever. So pretty interesting setup. We are at bag 8, and bag 8 is going to be the beginning of the head for our cuddle team leader. I'm just going to flip through this a little bit to see. And the cuddle team leader head has a piece of track in it. Just kidding. It's like the shoulders. The track goes through the mouth. Is that right? Okay, there's the heart. It looks like the track's going to go... You're like, why is Justin being so silent? Gosh, there's a lot left to build, y'all. Okay, so the track goes through the mouth. It goes through the mouth, comes down through here, and goes down all the way over here. And so I'm guessing this feature is going to like help us raise the cars back up. I don't know. We will find out together later. It is 5 o'clock though, and I've been streaming now for a while. So I am going to take a break and get ready to go to this church thing where we're singing. But yeah, thank you all for joining. This has been a lot of fun. I may hold off on the rest of this until next week and build it as a part 2 at the live stream next week. Or I might finish it and share video on it later. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you all for joining. This has been a lot of fun. Let me give you a quick tour of the whole thing that we built so far. And then we'll call it a day. So this is the front side of the roller coaster. You can see lots of fun kind of sticker details. I'm liking the use of these round loops just to have some visual interest. There's not really a purpose to them beyond that. But you can see the outside is very much like weathered as if it's snowy and whatnot. And then we have that red piece on the left side of your screen. It's like the red shipping container. When we flip it around, Wicked Witch, we have the insides. And so there you can see lots of really fun things. My favorite detail being back here, that little yellow section that's like the vending machine type thing. And then this part that's pretty cool with the DJ booth that moves forward and backwards. So really interesting. I'm excited to see kind of how it all finishes coming together. The figs that we got, we have 4 so far, which is great. This is full of some really wonderful figs. First up, of course, Cuddle Team Leader. Pretty cool. And she's got a face and hair as well. So this is what she looks like when she's not wearing her hat. We also got this one. Yay. Then we have this one that has really interesting prints on the black. And finally, this one, where it was, I'm assuming, the DJ that has the llama head and his body. So, lots of fun. Good stuff. Thanks all for joining. Yes, Wicked Witch, you got it. Thank you all so much. It was a lot of fun to spend time with y'all. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. And thank you all for liking the feed and helping others find me as well. Great to see you. I will see you again for sure on Monday night for episode 3 rewatch of LEGO Masters, where we will be talking about Over the Falls with Krista and Marcella. Build kindness, y'all. Bye.